Well, yeah, not so
That
pretty much what they were doing
long-lasting-
before.
I
That
might.
service money.
All right,
Yeah.
so we're
Did
live.
Ubisoft streaming service start yet? Remember that
I
service
think
they introduced?
I don't know.
They canceled that shit.
I think they quietly canceled that. I think. But
Yeah.
They better. Fucking dog shit.
That's
Sorry,
true.
guys.
Hey, you know what? That
They
is
just put an
super
update
true.
out
I
on Prince
forgot
of
all about
Persia
that.
just to let us know it won't be at their E3.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Wow, that's
And that it's
Yeah, that game. That
They're
game
making
looked like
progress.
it was at least 2-3 years out.
coming out next
Last
year.
time we saw it.
I think they just took the reaction. I think they're probably going to redesign, the character models or something because that was
That shit looked
not a good look. But yeah, what's up, everybody? It's finally we're how many days? 6 days until E3 starts.
It's like Saturday, doesn't it start
Yeah.
Saturday?
Christmas for gamers.
And let's. I mean, I'm
It's not even
still
6 days.
assuming it's gonna feel the same for me watching from home. So I don't know. I haven't even looked up to see if there's gonna be like a host, like a host channel where they go to and talk in between, or is it just gonna be watching everybody's individual?
Oh,
IGN's
thought
gonna
there was
stream
so-
it, but
Yeah, they're gonna stream it, but I'm
Individual.
pretty sure it's just like you would normally do, like go to Xboxes.
is Jeff
go to-
Keighley or somebody having a
Jeff
show?
Keighley has his own
No,
thing, but
he's
it's separate
hosting-
from E3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's hosting that Summer Game Fest thing.
Well, it'll be interesting to figure out how this goes, but I forgot the schedule, but Microsoft
Saturday is fuck. Is it Square Enix? I think Square Enix and no Ubisoft is Saturday. Square Enix
Yeah.
is right after Microsoft's on Sunday.
and then Capcom's doing some or has some kind of digital.
Yeah, Capcom is
Yeah.
Monday, and Nintendo and Bandai are Tuesday.
But then
Capcom was a
also
little
like
bit busy
Take-Two?
with their Resident Evil problems.
Well, that kind of came out of fucking nowhere, by the way.
I didn't even.
I
read
was
it.
like, it's just they got sued over using
They
using artwork supposedly.
They
There was
clearly
an
stole that
artist
shit.
who had an actual book with like shit in it, and they literally copy pasted her textures
They
and
clearly-
used it and shit.
Oh, really?
For
what,
Yeah.
They
like
even
big
used the
chunks
file
of,
names. Her same file name.
big chunks
was
of the
some
game,
wow.
or like something in the background?
Well, stuff that you wouldn't completely notice. But the big thing is, honestly, I would say the logo itself is the big thing. I mean, literally, it's the logo, the literal
It's
logo.
multi-texture work.
Resident Evil 4 was like that's so blatant, so
Yeah, like-
blatantly stolen.
Straight up doors are like textures taken from
Yeah.
it and that kind of shit. They had like a
Yeah.
bunch of examples.
Like I
Wow.
said, they took
Crazy.
it and used her file names for their file names. That's
Really?
how lazy.
It wasn't just
that
scanned
shit
out of
was.
like a book. It
Yeah.
was an
No,
She's
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
paid. She's getting paid.
How
Yeah.
old is this?
Oh, yeah.
How long is? How far back is it? Just the recent.
Well, this
stuff?
goes back to Resident Evil 4, obviously, but all the way back to Devil May Cry as well.
Really that far
But
Yeah.
back?
apparently, she just found out because of the whole Capcom.
And it could be
leak.
more.
Yeah.
Because of the whole Capcom leak, she's
The Capcom
able
leak is actually
to
found out,
find
yeah.
out file
Yeah.
names and shit. And
That's
and
crazy.
Without that Capcom leak, they probably would have just slid by.
Probably never
you know?
found it. Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people are like,
I mean,
oh,
it's
but
been decades.
she's asking so much money and shit. Man, companies, when you do that to a company, they shut you down, they drink you dry.
Mhm.
I hope she gets paid a fuck ton for that shit.
Nah, she's getting paid.
Yeah,
ain't no way.
She's essentially guaranteed to get paid.
They're
It's- I mean, the file, like-
they're probably gonna settlement. They're probably gonna
There's
settle it.
there's no way they can get out of it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's too
Yeah.
blatantly obvious.
I'll have to look that up. See some visual examples.
That's a good read. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's
to see.
pretty,
I
it's
read
pretty
through a lot of it.
ridiculous.
It's a
pretty
lot.
crazy.
Yeah, I was driving when you linked it, so I quickly saw the title. I was like, I'll check it out later, and I never did.
They
But
didn't transform her shit at all. They literally copy pasted her textures
Yeah,
onto
it's,
her
it's,
their
it,
own
it is
shit.
insane.
Hmm.
It is
It's so
absolutely
blatantly
insane.
lazy and just copy paste.
so it's
Good
funny that
God.
I mean I've been watching a lot of Resident Evil stuff on YouTube, and it's like I don't know where it popped up. I think I'd do a Resident Evil 8 Village video I watched or something, and then one of the recommended was, it was Alana Pierce interviewed the voice actor for Lady Lady D.
Yeah.
I've heard them say the name so many times. I thought I was ready to pronounce it, but no. And
Is it Demiscu? Is it
Demiscu.
Demiscu?
Demiscu or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, I saw that the Resident Evil voice actors were playing the game, and I just got sucked into watched a bunch of those videos, and it's the voice actor of Jill who has the main channel. Her name is
Yeah.
Nicole Thompson, and so she had on like the voice actor for Claire, Leon, and it's like, man, they're going through all the motion. What is it?
Motion tracking?
No, that's
Mocap?
it. Mocap. The process and they do everything. They do the physical mocap and the voice acting, and then they have some model get scanned, and that's what the character model looks. They don't look like the character model. They find somebody else that looks the part, and then they have these other people do all the acting and stuff. So I'm just like hearing all this cool behind the scenes stuff, and I'm like, man, I really want to play Resident Evil 3 again. You know, I'm watching them go through it with the JIL voice actor, and then we hear that they've been fucking stealing people's artwork. It's like, god damn it! Just when we were giving them credit for.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wouldn't happen in Village. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, it's more like in terms of game design, I can still give them credit. I just can't give them credit as far as like a company.
What was the
as a
most
whole.
recent game they took? It's
Resident Evil 4. Like, I mean, it's been
that's
years.
the last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the last time. It ain't been.
All right.
It's not like every game, but it's
not
Still,
like
that's
the
one of their
reverse.
best selling.
the part. Yeah, the one they did steal from.
it's their
That
most
shit was
popular game of all time.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem though, because this is all we know. Now people might start digging in and
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
They might
true.
find
That
other
is
shit.
true. Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm
true.
saying? Like that happens a lot. Where it's like, oh,
There was
there's more
somebody
shit they stole.
somebody in our live chat. Wow, we don't have any. I must have the wrong live chat open. Yeah, I did. Shit,
Yeah, you
sorry.
do.
I did.
They're trying-
Somebody in the live chat when I was talking about Resident Evil 8 Village before it was coming out, every time it's just copy and paste from assets from Resident Evil 7. I'm like, dude, did you play Resident Evil 7? Like, they don't look anything alike. The copy and paste happened with Resident Evil 2 remake to 3 remake. They used the exact same zombies, the exact same cop, the exact same guy with the safety vest. You know, like that was some copy and paste stuff. You know, but Resident Evil Village looks nothing like anything I've seen in 7. But that's you know, that was a side topic. But anyway, let's talk about quickly any games anybody start or beat in the last week. No. I started.
Haven't finished anything.
Retro and I both tried Virtual Fighter 5. I had 4 matches and almost uninstalled. You did 2 matches and actually uninstalled it.
Damn.
Jesus Christ!
I was hoping
Why
to
so quick?
I wanted to play it because like Clocked was like, oh, we can play fighting games. We're always bitching about Street Fighter and shit, but like there's nothing we can play together. And he likes Virtua Fighter, so I was like, okay, I'll download Virtua Fighter, you know, and I start playing it. But like, I'm pretty die-hard in Dead or Alive and that kind of stuff. I always play it with my brother, and I start playing Virtua Fighter, and it's like basically 3 buttons. You can punch, you can kick, and I feel like you can. It's not as technical. Maybe I just prefer my fighters a bit more technical these days. I don't know. But like, I picked this one chick, and I was like, oh, she's kind of cool. She's kind of lame. I picked another chick, and I'm just winning everything with the same 3 moves. I'm like, nah, I'm done with this shit. I just can't. Plus, like, I mean, I'm not the biggest graphics whore, but if I play fighting games, I can't just play a fighting game from like 2010 or some shit like that. You know, a fighting game has to be or like really old school on the Super Nintendo. I just want the newest shit. And if you've been playing Dead or Alive 7, you can't just go back to Virtua Fighter 5 and just be like, I don't know. I just couldn't. I instantly disinstalled it. I told Clocked it, like, dude, like, I'm sorry, man. I know you love this game, but I just I can't.
Yeah, I've
It
seen.
doesn't sound like you really gave it the time
No.
of day.
I will say I was.
I didn't even playing that. I did like 2 full arcade rounds.
Oh, you did 2 full arcade. I only did 4
Okay,
matches.
All right.
I only did 4 matches, and
Did you look up any moves or?
no,
I used the command list even and shit. It's in the game.
I didn't even do training. I just went straight into arcade. I didn't uninstall it though. I'm gonna try it again. I was surprised because I thought it was a newer game. I didn't realize it was 2006, so it was an early 360 PS3. And it's just I was surprised by just some of the stiffness and lack of production on it. But you know, that was just visually and production or presentation wise. I didn't really get too deep into the fighting, but I also
Well, honestly, the highest that Virtua Fighter has gotten presentation wise was probably Virtua Fighter 2.
That's why I was impressed with how it
3
looked on the set.
3 was not, 3 was no big leap. I think a lot of people was like, oh, and that's all we doing for the 3TB. I think that's what it's called. And so even on Dreamcast, like 3TB like doesn't compare to the 3D fighters that we're used to on Dreamcast, like Soul Caliburs and what's the other one? What's the other big one?
Tekken.
Not
Well,
Tekken.
that was
no,
on
no, I meant on
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast.
Dead or Alive was on Dreamcast. The
Yeah,
first
but
one.
Yeah.
So just basically that era, like even 3TB was like, oh, it was more about being technical than it was about being like pretty and flashy and stuff. So that's when I knew that the series wasn't gonna quote unquote progress.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys have looked at the new KOF game coming out. I think it's KOF 15. I say that looks better personally.
Then what?
Than the Virtual Fighter.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not a new game. You're
I'm just
comparing
saying,
it is a 15-year-old game.
I thought it was a PS4 generation game because I didn't
thought
really.
the same thing.
No, it's no. They actually you could play that game in Yakuza Like a Dragon. The original.
I think honestly, this might sound crazy.
Oh, the arcade shit. That's
I kind of prefer the more polygon generic characters of the first game.
Yeah.
Because when you try to make it, I mean, it probably looked decent back in 2006, I'm guessing, but it just really is lacking in a lot of ways. Seeing it in HD doesn't help. It's almost like, putting Mario 64 in HD and then you see the low detail of Mario when he's a little bit further from the camera, kind of exposes some of the flaws. So
I thought they redid like the character models.
Nah, it's
I actually did start a new game. I forgot, but it was this one right here.
Still want to play that.
Nice.
What is it?
Shit!
Yaiba Ninja Gaiden. A lot of people hated this game. This game is dope to me. Like visually, it's amazing. Like I think the has like the kind of comic book aesthetic to it, like cel shaded look. I think people didn't like that it was kind of tongue in cheek, and they wanted more serious Ninja Gaiden stuff. But you don't play as Ryo, so I don't know what the big problem is with that. You play as somebody. Actually, you play as somebody he kills right at the beginning of the game starts. Ryo kills.
Uh-oh, T froze up.
Somebody.
You froze up there for a second.
Really?
He's again, yeah.
Oh shit!
But
play as Ryu.
But anyway, did you hear what I said?
no.
He said play as Ryu.
Somebody
You heard
kills in the
nothing?
beginning.
Something
and then
about
you
somebody
move
got
on.
killed in the beginning and then it.
Yeah, you kill this. Well, this guy gets killed by the main character of the what's his name, Ryu. There's so many Ryos.
Ryu
and Ryus.
Hayabusa.
Hayabusa, right? So
Bosa.
Hayabusa.
Hayabusa. So he kills somebody, and then you play as that character. I guess you're trying to redeem yourself or some shit. But it's dope, man. Like I like it a lot, and I don't know why it got hated on, but it is what it is. So
Because it's different.
it was different. Yeah, that's what it was.
So somebody said they were only here to hear me talk about Ghost of Tsushima. Big Will, I think he commented on a video, but
You're the biggest fan of it now.
I posted my first hour impressions, and then I did a live stream. It's a really good game, and
A soundtrack video and 100 screenshots.
the fucking music is just amazing, man. If you like Last Samurai, like the soundtrack to the Last Samurai movie, like man, it's amazing music wise, and there's a few hours there where I was losing like every combat situation. I figured it out finally. I got the one finger on the L1 ready, the other thumb on circle, because you got to either dodge or parry. You can't parry the red attacks, so you have to do like the basically the perfect counter or whatever, and you can counter attack. And once I kind of figured that out, I haven't died in like probably the last 5 hours of playing. I was dying like every time I encountered some Mongols or some what are the other, the Japanese
I think they're Mongols, is it?
yeah, but then there was like not pirates. There was some Japanese that turned on. They were like fighting amongst themselves. I forget what bandits. I think they're bandits. They're called. And so I was losing like 3 in a row, like in a 5-minute span. I got my ass kicked, and I was like, "Oh man, this game's starting to piss me off." And then it clicked, and now I'm like thoroughly enjoying it. So, I got 12 hours in. Started it last Monday night, and it's really good. I mean, it has a few little quirks here and there, but I would really recommend it. I picked it up for $35, so that made it even better. But now that I've played it, 12 hours in, I wish I would have just got it last year and played it. Probably would have made my top 5. It's too early to say, but I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, so check out my impressions video and my live stream, and on Twitter you'll see some screenshots because I spent out of that 12 hours at least 45 minutes in photo mode of my 12-hour play session. It's so cool. Plus you have the music going, so you can go in the photo mode and you can pick out of 8 songs. So I just let the music play as I'm messing with the photo stuff. So yeah, I really enjoy it. And there's some side missions. I don't know if it's technically even a side mission. Did you do the one with the guy who trained the woman with the bow and she became a killer?
Maybe I don't remember.
Look, that's the real Ghost of Tsushima fan over there.
Yeah, that shit is fucking. That storyline is amazing. T will know. That's his name. From The Expanse. Mao. Jewel Pierre Mao. Yeah, Jewel Pierre Mao. From The Expanse, that actor. He's the actor, and they use his likeness as well in the side quest. And it's you have to do 9 parts, and I did 3 or 4 of the 9 parts of the story. And it's
who is he in The Expanse?
He's the Earth Asian guy who's was behind all the proto-molecule and stuff.
Oh yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
He's a good actor, yeah. And I was like, holy shit, this is the nuance to this storyline. Oh, he's Japanese. Yeah, duh. Sorry, I apologize.
You're playing a game about samurais.
I meant to say Asian. I said Chinese, didn't I?
Well, I guess there's Mongol. You said there's Mongols.
There's Mongols, yeah. But anyway, just figuring out what happened with his student that turned on him, it's really good stuff. So I don't know about some of the other. Every side story mission I've done has been really good. The getting armor side missions have been a little bit frustrating, but overall, it's a really good game. And if it keeps going the way it does, it's probably already my favorite game I played this year. So it's definitely ahead of Resident Evil Village and Days Gone, which were the 2 were pretty even. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, Robert. Did you don't remember that storyline? I'm wondering if you did it or didn't do it because
you blazed through that shit, right?
I mean, I didn't blaze. Again, it took me over. Whatever the story is. I was personally frustrated by the whole slipping and sliding the comment. That shit stuck in my head.
It bugged me in the beginning, but once I leveled up and learned how to counter that stuff.
But even when you you gotta counter a slippy slide. It's still there. It's a part of the game, which is fucking annoying. And that's why you
gotta counter, dodge, and attack, and whether they are close to you.
Yeah, but why do they do that in the first place? Is what I'm saying. No game I've ever fucking played has some.
For those that don't know, when they attack you, if they're a little too far away from you, they'll just kind of slide towards you and hit so they can hit you.
I remember I wish I.
So it throws you off at first because they're they're too far away to attack. Well, then they go to attack, and then they just kind of slide towards you, and then they're close enough to hit you.
They become fucking dancers. But
once you figure that out, you just tap circle and then hit triangle or square and attack them.
I just don't like the fact that it exists in the game.
The reason that's done
it's not good game design. It's not good game design.
The reason that's done is because you have some games where you just you walk around and you hack and slash and shit. But games like this, there's a rare few games where you're not technically freely chopping. It's every action has been programmed into it, so the characters need to be in the same spot. Because I can see it when Juice is fighting. Every hit is so cinematic and so well timed when it's swinging and hitting the swords, So you're not just technically freely chopping at them. So yeah, if the character's not in the same position, they have to be adjusted to make that look.
Yeah, it definitely stands out.
That's called. It's called bad game design. If it's so tied to the fucking animation.
Oh my god!
It's so tied to the animation. You're doing something wrong.
The irony. Here's the irony. I have that issue with fucking God of War. God of War does something similar that drives me. That does that exact same thing, except I think it's more with Kratos. I don't think the enemies do it as much, but Kratos does it all the fucking time, and it drove me nuts.
Kratos does go.
Yeah, he'll just fly forward because the game wants him to connect.
You must not like Arkham games then, because Batman will slide halfway across the screen when you hit triangle.
I don't know. I mean, if that's the case,
actually,
I'm gonna be annoying shit.
Juice, that's a good point. The difference is Batman is third. It isn't doing that over the shoulder bullshit. Like I have free control of the camera, so I go where the fuck I want. That's my problem with God of War.
Kind of,
and you know what it is? You know what it is also for me is well, I'll just say that I was playing Paper Mario at the same exact time, and to me, like Ghost of Tsushima was a beautiful world. It was very much a open world by the numbers, where you go to a territory, you go to one of the missions, and you either stealthily take out people or you kill people, and then some story happens, and then the next thing is there's a group of Mongols. You're gonna kill them or you're gonna stealthily kill. It's very, it's that. While Paper Mario, I was fucking in the clouds, and then I was like in an airship and fucking taking out people in the sky, like doing shit that literally a variety of environments, like truly in a variety of in a ninja. They had ninja shit in Paper Mario, and it was way more fun than the ninja shit in Ghost of Tsushima to me. And like it's just
so Robert just doesn't like the game. It's fine.
I'd say, and I've been saying this from months.
I would say that I agree with you.
I didn't say it like I said it's
until
okay.
I figured out.
I don't believe you believe it's okay.
Okay, like I think Juice could probably agree. I really like the one-on-one duels when you get really up close with like some boss battle type shit. That's fun. I like that. I think that's a lot of fun. You really have to memorize their patterns.
How much of the game is that though? How much of the game?
I've done it a bunch of times. I've already done like 4 or 5 of those in 12 hours.
Yeah, but I guess 4 or 5 of those within 12. You know what I mean? Like I would like more of those. I actually would like more.
And then every time, there's like a leader in particular camps and stuff, and they're tough as hell enemies too. It just try to pick off what I just run up and take out the archers. Run around, take out the archers, and then
you gotta take out the archers first because they just constantly stand.
But they do.
I want to defend Batman because Juice made the comment, and that wouldn't be. You're probably exactly right about that. But the thing is, Arkham was doing that shit first. So I had to go through 4 Arkham games, and now I'm tired of that shit.
Well, yeah, well, that's just an example.
Now you want to throw that shit in there. I'm getting tired of that.
But also my thing is that, here's my thing. I have a free-flowing camera that I can see.
That's true.
Enemies all over the place. My problem with God of War is the God of War, I can literally only see like a white, like this little cone, and then I get these stupid ass red indicators at the bottom of the screen that goes, an attack's coming, but I don't know if that's a projectile. I don't know if it's swinging. I don't know until I turn the camera, I get hit.
Right. You just dodge.
That's my thing.
I get, but I was just talking about a character on screen sliding, to do something. In Ghost of Tsushima, your character doesn't do that. It's just the guys attacking you. And it's not, I mean, it's noticeable, but it's not like they're 10 feet away. All of a sudden they're on you.
Dude, I wish I should have uploaded a video.
It's probably in real world distance. It's probably 4 or 5 feet sometimes.
4 or 5 feet. They're sliding. Do you not see when you? They're sliding. They're sliding at someone's full height.
Yeah, but I say, have you ever slid 4 or 5 feet? That shit's ridiculous.
it's like I said in my video. It's a very video gamey feeling game that's trying to be like super cinematic and realistic.
Yeah, it is definitely.
Whereas like
the shit between Juice and Robert about Ghost is like what Juice and I had with Days Gone.
Like, I mean, in Days Gone,
but that means I have to end up loving it.
Days Gone feels the whole time like I'm not like I get lost in the world and the story of Days Gone. But it's like at the same time, I'm not like surprised when I do something video gamey feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like in Ghost, it's so in contrast to the cinematic movie experience that when they have a truly game like moment, it just feels weird. But it wouldn't feel weird if it was a cell shaded like Immortals or Breath of the Wild looking game. It's just it's just weird. It feels weird, and I've already gotten used to it now.
I mean, it's the same thing as like going through like I don't know. Let's say Uncharted. You go through Uncharted. You do this really cool like set piece, and then you want to walk to the left, and there's an invisible wall there. Like there's a patch of grass, I should be able to just step over the grass. But see, it bothers you more in that game because that game wants to talk about wants to be all about realism. Whereas like any other cartoony game, I can double jump in midair and shit and throw out moves.
It's just kind of
just like in Ghost where Juice, you noticed it where there's a lot of times where they'll have these cutscenes that they don't animate, they just go fade to black and then they'll do something and then they'll fade back in and then it's just like the end of the thing and I'm like, come on,
well,
man,
honestly, that's only happened.
So stupid to me.
That's only happened twice in 12 hours to me. Once when I got on a boat to go to a ship and they just cut to fade to black, and the other time when I was taking out these things that would like these these rockets that were gonna launch if in a cavalry would come, and I just went up there thinking I just hit square and slice them, but no, I had to hit R2 and then it faded to black and you heard whoosh and then it faded back and they were chopped. Like, why couldn't I just chop this? That's
it's little things that add up to me that I hear that I'm just like, I think the big thing is when like there's so many great games that came out last year, and when I see that get praised like for game of the year discussion, I'm like, I don't agree in the slightest. I do not agree in the slightest.
Man, just let it out. That one time that you hate something.
I mean, no, like I said, it's okay, It's
but it legitimately pisses him off.
What I'll say, the music is really good. The duels are really cool. I like being stealthy. I like that shit. I really do. Even though the AI is predictable, it is what it is. That's for most games, to be honest. But like, I enjoy those stuff for sure.
I want to just react to what Terrell said because he said the Uncharted thing. With the invisible wall and basically the area where you walk is something that really pisses me off in games. Like, I already don't like invisible walls. There was an area in Bayonetta 2 in the beginning of the game, right before you climb the tower and shit, and you have like an open arena, and there were like walls like stuck together in the middle of it, so you could walk all the way around. But the thing is, the area underneath it, you could literally stand Bayonetta in front of it. She was not high, she was lower than it, but you could not walk under it. And even as a beast, you couldn't go through it. It's like, why? Why is this here? You can literally clearly see there's a bit you can walk underneath it. Why can't I just walk underneath it?
That one, and I agree. I mean, invisible walls in games have always been annoying. I just don't like games that want to play the realism card. Like games like the original Last of Us, where like you couldn't jump at all. Like that. Like regardless of the quality of Last of Us 2, the fact that jumping became like a major feature again when jumping's been such a standard feature. Like, it's ridiculous. Or even the God of War thing where, like, Kratos can jump over fucking mountains, but his son has to drop down a chain for him to get up a ledge. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's that kind of shit, but it bothers me more in games that want to talk about the realism. Like, I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're a video game. I don't give a fuck about your realism if I can't walk over a goddamn patch of grass. Like,
I don't know.
That was really important in the 90s. That was a real, we got to get these games to be like, they're like movies. That shit is old. Nobody care about that anymore, man. Just bring me my damn games.
I had recorded.
I don't got time for these cinematic experiences. I want to play video games.
I recorded the worst invisible wall I think I've ever encountered, and then I was like, I'm not going to upload it because I don't want Retro Death to be mad at me again because it was in Days Gone. And
wait, did you show? Has Retro seen the flying enemy shit where you were?
I'm sure he's seen. He liked it and then realized what it was.
Yeah. That shit is
that shit's funny. And then it happened again. Did you see the other one? The guy on fire who went even higher.
Yeah.
About 10 seconds later, his sword falls, and then I go to look, and then he fell, and I think it might be. It could be the 60 frames per second patch on PS5's causing that. I don't know, but it happened to me twice.
So ridiculous.
But this
I find that shit ridiculous. So as long as it's not affecting my game.
No, it was hilarious, man.
Sure. I mean, it's still funny as fuck.
Well, so it's just like in Assassin's Creed.
But I thought Retro said that game had no glitches. That was my.
I never experienced any glitches. I had two glitches.
He implied that it didn't. He implied that it didn't have many. But either way,
I'm gonna take the swig real quick home.
Anyway, this invisible wall was so bad that there's and you'll know what I'm talking about, Retro. There's like a college campus, and it tells you there's a Nero site, which is like you go there and get that's how you upgrade your health. There's you have to like restore power to these old scientific sites, and there's a generator. You find fuel. You got to find fuel, put it in the generator, start the generator. and then you can access it, and you get this little injector. So it was one of my missions, and I'm like, all right, I'll go there. So there's like a gate across. I was like, oh, let me go to the next gate. I follow the road. There's another gate. I look. I see dirt path going up into the other side of the gate. Exactly, and I'm like, oh, cool. I'll get off my bike. And it's literally just like a 4-inch hump of mound of dirt. There's like a tree down and then like a car. There's probably 5-6 feet wide of open with this little step up. And I just go to walk like I'm going to go up there and get around the gate. And he's running against the wall. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, it's a story-based. They don't want you to go there until you do it for a story mission. So that's why it was blocked off. But it was just so plain. It so perfectly looked like the path that I just casually stop, get off my bike and I'm ready to go. And nope, I couldn't. And I think that's probably
what you mean, because I spent like a fucking hour trying to get in that area, walking all around it and shit, looking for that spot, and I found the exact same spot.
Well, you know what? That now that you're playing Ghost though, like because it's Sucker Punch, now you got to play Infamous.
I was thinking I might try it. I was hoping.
And honestly, I keep thinking, because especially with I feel like maybe the vibe of Days Gone, I'm not sure, but I feel like Retro. I think you would really like Second Son, Infamous.
I don't know why Infamous isn't.
I'm playing the first one because I want to play the second one.
Okay. Well, all right.
I'm just gonna go straight into Second Son.
I haven't played the other Infamous games though, so I don't know.
The first game was
I played Second Son a lot because remember it is a new character. To be fair, it's not like you're following. I know Cole, whatever his name is. In the first one.
Kind of get
the first game felt like their first foray into whatever kind of open world feeling. It felt like uninspired. Yeah, it was.
I hated the trolly ass AI and shit. They have expert fucking sniping abilities and shit.
Oh, geez. That's so many games nowadays. Days Gone has ridiculous snipers. Fucking Oddworld. You saw that Oddworld sniping.
Yeah, that's
I'm like, run and jump. They're like a mile away. You just run. As soon as they see you, you jump, thinking you're just dead instantly. But
yeah, it's annoying.
I gotta say, though, the last 3 open world games I've played now, like, I never was a big fan. But I kind of want to try Assassin's Creed now. I'm feeling open world games have kind of hit a good spot for me. Where Immortals I really like, obviously Breath of the Wild, Xenoblade Chronicles X, now Ghost of Tsushima, Days Gone. I'm like, damn, like I just feel like there's the last few games I've played that were open world. I'm just like, these are some really good ass games, man.
I'm enjoying Valhalla, but it's I can't imagine it's gonna be like I mean, I'm 37 hours in. That shit is long, man. It shit is long. I don't see the end. Like that's why
it's like 80 hours, ain't it?
Well, it says the main, like I've seen the main average is like 55 and a half, but like I'm like I don't believe it's gonna end in 20 hours. I think I'm gonna end up going over. Like I don't believe it personally.
Days Gone was 50.
Big thing. That's the only big thing about Valhalla is that honestly, like you for some reason you have to level up in this game, and that pisses me off to no end. Because then you're the side content essentially becomes mandatory side content because you got to level up, and while the side content actually is pretty interesting, like I like it's like mini little side quests, nothing like fetch quests or anything, but like genuine like little stories, like, and I enjoy those, but like I don't like when they're like, oh yeah, this is side content bullshit. I have to actually do a lot of this if I actually want to progress, man. What are you kidding?
Yeah.
What are you kidding? And it ends up being hours long.
I would be pretty bummed if I was playing like Days Gone and it's like, oh, you have to level up to do this. Like,
well,
when I finally decide,
but you pretty much have to.
You're saying you won't be able to get past it if you don't.
Like it will say like basically like it says recommended power level is like 130, and what's annoying is they'll have two landmarks to go to, and it'll be both of them are level 90, and the last one before you finish I was level like 70. Wait, okay, then if you have 2 level 90s, why didn't you have one that's level 70 and one that's level 90 so you could just gradually progress? Mm-hmm. That's game design, man. Come on, that's a simple game design. Like
that's what made me stop playing Xenoblade Chronicles. Honestly, I'm 17 and here's this level 20, and I probably tried 10 times. I had to go grind, get to 22 before I could beat him at level 20.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like it's not like annoying to grind in this game because you really just do the side stuff and you'll just go through it. But it's just like it's still like it's annoying to act like it's side mission.
I would say is the problem that you're being forced to grind. Is that the problem?
Yeah, no, of course, 100%. Yeah, because it's like why are you gonna act like why are you gonna make the next story progress like such a higher, like there's no chance that I finish a world and I'm even close to the next recommended level. Like in that case, don't act like that's it's annoying. But it's in the end of the day though, I am having fun with it. It just I'm feeling, I'm like, damn, that's just, I'm not even close to done. Like I'm just looking at it, I'm like, damn, that doesn't feel like I'm even close to being done. That's insane.
Yeah, I was thinking that with Days Gone after about 40 hours. I'm like, Retro, am I close? Just tell me, am I close? You're like, yeah, you're pretty close. Because I was like, God, I can't. But I still went. I played another 3 hours after I beat the story. You know, like
it does make me excited for Immortals though, because this world that you go, I recommend checking my Twitter photos. They have Asgard, and you have Thor and Loki and shit. It's like some dream world thing, but it has its own quest, and it's actually really cool. And I'm guessing Immortals is very fantasy like this, and so I'm like, that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, Immortals is kind of a. I mean, it's not always, the jokes aren't always hilarious, but they're, it's very lighthearted. Zeus and is it Prometheus? Yeah, Zeus and Prometheus are narrating. So everything you do, sometimes you'll do something and it's like, and Zeus is like, and suddenly this creature appeared, and then it appears, and then Prometheus is like, no, that's not how it went. It was actually this guy, and it changes right in front of you in the cutscene. And so it
reminds me of the Borderlands 2 DLC. They did something like that too.
And it doesn't happen often, but it's always enjoyable. So you'll run into like a little, like a house that's like been destroyed, and then it'll automatically a complete side kind of mission that nothing on the map. You just found this area, and they'll start narrating and tell you what happened. Usually Zeus got jealous or did something, and people ended up dead, But it's just like a cool little. You just walked into this area and it automatically started narrating, and it's a little side thing. I really enjoyed that kind of stuff for an open world game. I don't think I've encountered anything like that before. So
that is cool. No, I'm super interested. I'm looking forward to Immortals for sure.
You could probably get through it in 30 hours if you just did freed the main 4.
In
gods,
just 30 hours.
And
it's a long time,
dude. Someday we're gonna have a discussion about time in games, because 30 hours, that's a decent amount of time. But what I'm saying is you'll probably get through it in 30. You'll probably miss a whole lot of cool stuff though. I would say.
Yeah, I mean it depends on how cool it's, because Yakuza, I did play a lot of the side content, like most of the side content, because I really enjoyed it. If I really enjoyed the Immortal side content, I'll play it.
I almost did every vault, which is like a shrine, on my second playthrough.
Oh, yeah?
And I found some of the coolest ass puzzle based ones, or skill based, and I'm like, damn, I missed this the first time. I wish I would have just did them all the first time. And so instead of having to redo all the ones I had already done plus all the new ones. So anyway, we got a bunch of people in here, and we've been waffling on long enough. We should probably talk about E3. We should probably talk a little bit about Nintendo at E3. I think most people probably hear.
Man, who cares about that?
Get our predictions.
I didn't want to hear about Immortals and shit on Xbox.
Hear about Ghost of Tsushima. And,
oh god.
But
Assassin's Creed.
So I thought we could we'll probably try to guess the Smash character, and I think the obvious stuff we don't really have to cover, and then I thought I could run down the list of like the hot topic games, and then get everybody's thoughts on if it's gonna show, if it's like a probable, or it's like highly unlikely type of thing, and then like obviously give our hype level. We didn't do this for Xbox last week, but talk about our excitement and our expectations as far as like on a scale of like 0 to 100, like we usually do for our hype level going in. And
we did that last time.
For Xbox,
I remember giving it a -1. Or was it something else?
That was something different.
I think that was a little bit.
We were doing something else. What the hell were we doing?
That was a while ago. You're talking about it was you're talking about
yeah, what was it? Wasn't
when they raided the Sonic thing?
Yeah, that was the Sonic.
Yeah.
So
and I think Juice gave it a -1 or something.
I gave it like a 2 out of 10 or something. I forget what it was. 0 maybe. I don't remember. So anyway.
Oh no, I think it was Clock that they gave it like a negative.
Yeah. And Clock that couldn't be here tonight, so we also got to figure out what we're gonna do for E3 for next week. I guess we can talk about that afterwards. But I definitely want to live stream the Xbox. Well, I was just gonna see if you want to do it on your channel. If you do like a live reaction to Xbox Bethesda. And then we got to decide if we want to do a recap on Monday or wait till Wednesday and just talk about everything. Like, we'll have to figure that out.
I mean, I guess it depends. Because the main ones you want to do is Xbox and Nintendo, obviously.
Yeah, and there might be some cool announcements from Square or Capcom or something, but I think we can...
Take-Two is doing something too, apparently. You never know. They might be announcing something.
So we might have to do... Depending on who's working, who's not, maybe we can just do a Monday like recap of the weekend, and then on like Wednesday or Tuesday later, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But
isn't Capcom's Monday?
Capcom's is Monday, but I don't know what time.
Okay, we don't know the time. All right.
They got some splaining to do.
Yeah, I would love to see.
Well, that's not gonna come up.
I think Capcom's gonna. I think
it's funny.
I think Square and Capcom are gonna have some good games shown.
I just need a revival. That's
Capcom has a lot of games technically lined up that we don't really know much about.
I think
I think that's dead. T. I think T.
They had that Pragmata. Remember that? You remember that?
T. Listen, if that game comes out, people will die.
Remember Pragmata, the space
people will literally fall over and die from the excitement.
That's why it needs to come out, man. You ain't good accolades. You done fucked up over here, but you got some good shit going right now, Capcom.
Yeah, your game, the really games themselves are fine.
As you drop Legends 3 on us, that would blow.
Legends,
so is that
what is
okay?
that?
Is it wait? Mega Man Legends.
Oh, Mega Man Legends. I didn't hear it. I just heard Legends. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like.
I mean, actually, I don't know what else they could do. That would, I think because we already know, but the Resident Evil thing, I'm pretty sure is going to happen.
I don't know if you talking about Resident Evil 4.
No, Resident Evil Revelations 3. We might see a teaser for 4.
I think that's going to be out.
They might hold off on 4 right now because who knows how much they get with that.
Take some more development time.
Also, because 3 I felt didn't get the reception that 2 remake got. Basically, they just rushed that shit.
Yeah, 3 was rushed.
And I just watched like a in-depth analysis of the game from a like super fan where RE3, the original, is her second favorite game of all time, and she talked about some of the issues and some of the shortcuts they took, and you don't want to do that with 4. You can't do shortcuts. No,
people will kill you.
You can't make like the boss fight on the boat like a running towards the screen on rails section or something. Like you got to do that game justice.
We'll be
and also Pragmata
outside with pickets, with picket signs and like torches and shit. We'll do that.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the prospect though, because I mean,
they'll give me an excuse to play the original RE4. That's what I plan to do.
You got to play the Wii version,
Fuck, man, you gonna make me.
It's hard.
I don't even own the Wii version. That's the other thing. Is the Wii version cheap?
The Wii version, could you point and shoot at the same time?
Yeah. That's why
people keep saying it's so good.
Yeah, that's the definitive version.
It's hard to go back for me to go back to RE4 and just have. I mean, it's designed around that, but I also feel like the controls were inverted. I haven't booted it up in a while.
That's what I felt about Metroid Prime after Trilogy came out and gave me them damn motion controls. I can't go back, bro.
No, man.
I can't go back to this GameCube setup.
So.
Well, also Pragmata, remember you guys remember that the astronaut thing and it's coming 2022. Remember they announced it last year, and so that was
Capcom. Forgot about that.
I don't remember that one.
You remember?
I remember the name. I don't remember what it looked like.
Remember this? There was like this
Is that the Sony one?
World and no, but it's Capcom. Like it's coming out on everything, and it's there's this space guy and there's his daughter and I don't know, they're on the moon.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, that's what they showed during the PlayStation.
Yeah,
that was one of the games.
Yeah.
That they're probably gonna show that. Comes out next year. So we haven't seen anything since that.
And 12 feet tall, he says, "I want Jill's sandwich." I thought you said.
Oh yeah, the Jill sandwich.
I thought it was. I want a Jill sandwich, or I want a sandwich of Jill's.
Well, it's a reference to the Jill sandwich.
Okay. Well, if you you should check out old Nicole. God, you just look up Ari Jill voice actress. She has a really good channel, gameplays and stuff.
I'm surprised. Juice, I'm surprised you didn't look at the playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Remake with I think it's Tifa and Aerith's voice actresses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I found that out and I was like,
I mean, just
I wish I liked this game.
The fact that they're voice actors, cool, but they actually have to be an entertaining person to watch play video games. Like if they've never played a game before and they're like the dude who played Leon, you could tell he doesn't play video games. They had him on as a guest and he had nothing to like add to the conversation because you could tell he's not a gamer, and it was just kind of like that's kind of lame. And he never played, he didn't even watch somebody play. You figure you want to see where all your work went to, but it is what it is.
Oh, that bums me out. Actually, I wish I didn't know that.
I mean, by the end he was in a bunch of them. By the end I think he was at least enjoying the experience, but you could tell they're the ones that were actually played games and stuff. So anyway, let's get on to E3, Nintendo Direct, 40 minutes, and I don't know. What do you guys want to? What do you want to start? We want to try to guess the Smash character because I think that's almost. I'd be literally shocked if they didn't.
You think they'll show both? Do you think they'll show the last two? Just both of them?
It's possible.
They did the last timer with
Banjo, it depends.
Banjo and
but
Hero.
The reason why they did it, I think, was because both characters didn't appeal to like all audiences. Like Hero was very much a Japanese focused character. Like that made the Japanese fan base cry, whereas Banjo was more of the Western audience.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, no.
People always say that, but Banjo's so fine in Japan. Yeah, I don't know.
I know, but I'm saying Banjo's. Do you think Banjo's main fan base is in Japan? That's the point I'm making. I feel like that was very much a Western.
It becomes like Banjo's like the 3D platformer kind of shit, and Hero is like the RPG kind of shit, and it's a clear different audience. The characters for sure.
No, so, I mean. I just think I think they had both of them prepared, man. I think they had both of them pretty much prepared. I mean, honestly, I just think they had both prepared.
But either way, they said all the characters would be revealed and released by December, like at the end of 2021 and shit. So I can definitely see them do both. But I'm not expecting it somehow. But I can definitely see it happen.
I put it this way: I wouldn't be mad if they held it because realistically. I very much feel like it depends on the characters, which we might want to go into because that to me that'll kind of dictate whether or not they care to release them both at the same time or at least announce them at the same time. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck is left.
It's crazy. It's right. It's just it's crazy. I want to say Rayman. I really do, man. I love that game.
Or just in general.
I probably would say third party wise, I think we're pretty covered. I don't really think this.
It's time for crash, man. Crash time.
Okay, T, do you? I want to be honest. T, are you legit down for that, or is that just like? Because I know I feel like that. You're just like I don't give a shit.
I'm way down for Rayman than anything.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Like at this point,
I would say Rayman deserves it more.
When you look at all the third party that's represented and shit, like even Square got 2 and shit. I'm still surprised Namco only got 1 and stuff. But I mean, like Ubisoft, like they should have someone, especially with the connection these days, the good terms they have with Nintendo and stuff, and like Rayman is like, come on, man. Every time I see like fucking Roy like trolling with Joker and shit, man, this bitch got in and Rayman isn't even in. Like, come on, like.
If you're looking at the old like, what do you call it? Because they clearly looked at that for Banjo-Kazooie, like the old voting and whatnot, but people wanted Rayman was right there too, like he was right there. So it only makes sense to me.
I would say that's the one I'm probably the most fine with anyway because.
But I don't think it's gonna happen. I think
the problem is I don't think does Ubisoft give a fuck about Rayman? That's my question.
Well, Ubisoft may not give a fuck about Rayman currently.
Ubisoft doesn't seem like they give a fuck. Not lately. But remember the last game was 2013. I want that to be stated.
But do you think they would turn down Nintendo's offer on Rayman and Smash? No way. Like they're gonna take it.
I say it's like Ubisoft doesn't care about Rayman, but like Nintendo doesn't give a shit about F-Zero. We got F-Zero Mario Kart, you know. Like I mean,
hey, look,
they can put the characters they don't give a shit about in because that's their character. Yeah. They ain't gonna put some third party I don't give a shit characters in Smash.
It's not like they own
F-Zero.
Yeah.
Well, Banjo's ties are deep. Like,
but Rayman too, though.
Yeah, no, Rayman, but fucking, you tell me you think Rayman's ties are deeper than Banjo?
Rayman doesn't have the same link to Nintendo that Banjo and Kazooie do.
Yeah,
that I definitely agree. But I mean, like,
it's closer than a lot of other characters. I mean,
no,
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not trying
Rayman
to downplay
Legends
Rayman.
Wii U exclusivity, and then the bitch slap when it came.
Can we not talk?
So
about
what I missed? Did we settle on the character yet?
We're kind of. Well, do you think though? What about Doomslayer, yo?
Nah.
What about Doomslayer?
I doubt that.
What a boring.
I would love that.
I don't know, man.
Doomslayer.
Doom guy.
Man, they put Doomslayer. I'm gonna blow my shit.
If he was a cooler character,
Doomslayer, get that shit out here, man.
Well, can you imagine though?
Like Doomslayer and Smash. Come on, nobody want that shit.
What? That's super requested. That's pretty highly requested.
I know they like the Doom itself. You know, like I can see them do, for example, what did they call them? Like the Beholder? Is that what they call them? Like that kind of iconic enemy with like the giant eye and shit. You know, I see them put that in before Doom guy.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well,
I don't think so.
I'll go back to I think something Retro said before about how we only had one Bandai rep. Do you think they'll put in another one? And if they do, it's to me it's got to be Tales series. To me, that's
gonna be Lloyd, man. Come on.
No chance.
They put Lloyd in as a me and shit, and like you can say it to anybody the way you want. Tillsov is massive and shit, and like Symphonia is my personal favorite as well. And Lloyd, he has that fucking status. The way like they put in Hero and shit, but like Lloyd has that status with the swords and shit.
Monster Hunter.
That's a fair one. That's a fair
Monster
one.
Hunter. I'm sorry. Look, I get that Tales of Symphonia means a lot for Nintendo, but like I don't.
Yeah, they do.
I don't think the last two fighters is going to be Tales of. I just don't think.
All right, but here's my question then. Of the if we had to pick one Capcom rep, if Capcom got another one, what would you prefer? Would you prefer Monster Hunter or Resident Evil?
I would prefer Resident Evil.
I would prefer
Resident Evil. Yeah.
I want it to be a fucking zombie. I want it to be a zombie in Resident Evil.
I want it to be
a random zombie.
Or you could be like Nemesis, actually be like Nemesis.
I don't think you can put modern Nemesis in Smash Bros.
She would be your final Smash if it was Jill. He'd be.
Yeah.
Bitch can't even swim.
Choose anybody for Resident Evil.
Wait,
cool.
is Jill the rep you would prefer? I would prefer Claire personally.
I
would of course want Ethan, dude. No.
Oh, you don't get Jill.
Lady D.
The guy we don't see.
The dude literally
the dumbass.
It's ridiculous.
He's so stupid.
His final smash would be his hands just fall off, dude, and they just.
Dino Crisis.
Oh shit!
Like obviously people want the chicks and stuff, but I mean, if a Resident Evil rep get in, like I don't think they would go Leon.
Yeah,
really?
Leon.
I think they go Chris before.
I think Leon is really
Leon's
big
more
and
iconic.
shit.
Yeah, I think Leon too. Yeah.
It's Leon hands down.
Dude's Resident Evil 4 shit.
But they could just have the same moveset and have Jill and Leon be.
Oh yeah, they could do that.
Wouldn't it do? Well,
they could. Yeah, they could actually do that. Have Echo Fighters. Like I mean,
no, it'd just be the male and female version.
Oh, okay.
You know what the sad part is? We're thinking like always about all this awesome stuff. In my head, like, because I'm doing a Smash video next, I think there's going to be maybe a first party and a third party. But I mean, I think it's going to be shit where we're going to be like, man, like, really, that's what you're doing with this shit? Like, I just know it's going to be shit like
okay,
that.
then.
No. Even first party, I think it's going to be something.
Look how they finished the last pass, though, with Byleth. Like, the fuck was going to go out and buy Byleth, if they didn't have the fighter pass.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I did.
I think it could be Sakurai's choice for the last one.
I think it'll be Sakurai's thumb. That's what it's gonna be.
Man, I would love it if he just put himself in the game. If he put himself in the game, that would be amazing. I would love
Tears, dog. You're like it's me.
And the final character is me. It'd be great. I would love that. But no, I think in terms of first party though, you know,
it's hard to say first party. There's not much left that's like other than your usual Waluigi's and.
I hope not. I don't want Waluigi.
Just like another good Zelda.
They'll find somebody. They got obscure ass nests.
But they also got
to talking about F-Zero. Nintendo don't give a shit about no damn Earthbound. Like poor Earthbound.
But I think Ness is only in there because wasn't he in one of the early games?
He was in the original. He was in the 64.
Yeah, but they also added Lucas, which made no fucking sense in the
like
for Western.
Lucas, what the fuck?
Like we never got that game. That game never came out for us.
Never
so
came out to this bitch. They still throwing him in there.
Ironically enough, Fire Emblem's localization worked out better than fucking Earthbound's did, and Earthbound only had 3 fucking games. Good God Almighty.
Think about Fire Emblem was almost done franchise, and how many Fire Emblem fighters are in Smash Ultimate now? It's like
isn't it like 7? Like 7.
I feel like there's more in 7.
Oh, you know what though? You know what?
No, it might be 8. It might be 8.
We might get a new Pokemon, right?
I doubt it.
I wouldn't be mad with that.
I think it will actually. I think you're right about
that. Was my prediction for the last one. So
we could get
like a real grass Pokemon. We technically don't really have that yet. I wouldn't be mad. Like that's okay. They can be very creative and random.
The grass type for Gen 8 is not.
What's his name?
Rillaboom. He like plays.
The final evolution kind of guy.
Yeah, he's the final.
But what about why not have the first Grookey? Isn't it?
But I don't think they're gonna do Grookey.
They should have a tiny ass Sobble, yo, just a tiny ass Sobble, just all awkwardly there.
The problem is that fucking Smash reps for Pokemon always seem to devolve for the most part. Lately, it's just been starters. It's like, oh, here's some starters. Yeah. And if you're gonna do starters and their final evolutions, you probably do Cinderace. And do you really want another fire type in the game? Like, I don't know.
I don't know the name. The Rowlet, the last one of it. Like,
Decidueye.
Yeah, like he would be really fucking cool.
Pokemon Trainer.
Yeah, we got Trainer.
Well, I think. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're gonna, that's because I'm just thinking. If you think of first party,
Decidueye probably would make the most sense.
What about going really crazy? Is Legends gonna have any new Pokemon? What if they went?
Legends looks like it's. Legends like the first big game that doesn't seem to be doing new mons. They're even using starters from the older games, and I was surprised to see that. So now if I got my
Rowlet, isn't it? One of them is
Rowlet is in that game.
Dude, I would like it better if it's just Rowlet, not just Rowlet.
They're not gonna do that. That just seems like some gimp ass shit.
Tiny ass dude is punching.
Hell yeah, when you write Eggman. Woo!
Yeah,
I wouldn't be against that at all.
Honestly,
and Robert and Retro would maim the shit out of him because he probably play like Bowser Jr.'s bitch ass, and I hate that.
Surprisingly, they don't have a Sonic character. Like, how the hell is that possible?
Nintendo's waiting for them to make a good Sonic game, and then they'll put another character.
Wow!
I can see that shit boiling up in juice and surfacing out.
just waiting on that one.
So
just waiting on that.
I'm going on record.
Like, honestly, like I'm just talking about like Tails or Eggman, like either one, Tails or Eggman. Like, come on.
I would throw Shadow in that ring only.
No, I don't want to see no.
Shadow. You can choose Sonic and Black. It's kind of like
Knuckles.
I'm going Crystal.
That is not Shadow at all.
I'm going Crystal from Dinosaur or Star Fox Adventures, and then Monster Hunter. I think Monster Hunter's almost guaranteed. I would be surprised if Monster Hunter doesn't get a rep.
So you think it'll be? So you
think it's gonna be a monster? I don't know what type of Monster Hunter character there. I don't even know who.
I think it would be the Monster Hunter. I would be like the.
Yeah, I think it would just be the male or female Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't be shocked by a new Pokemon edition, but I would love like.
I'd rather
an Urbosa, Mifa. I don't want Rivali or Daruk.
Hey man. All right, listen. I understand Rivali. I feel like
maybe with Breath of the Wild.
Your women bias is showing. That's what that is.
I just don't like. Well, from Age of Calamity, I do not like Daruk or Rivali's like moves are just.
Daruk is the shit, man.
That's because you're just like heavy hitters.
Because he punches, he doesn't move like, and he has a very short range.
Hey man, it's about the damage.
But anyway, let's get into the rest of the E3.
More to talk about here.
And also we got to somebody asked a good question in my live stream. Rank the announcements in order for most impact, like when you would show the Smash character in Breath of the Wild. You know, we'll do that at the end. So let's just run down, get your guys' feelings just going in. Maybe not the final score of excitement, but Robert, where are you at with this Direct?
I'm super excited, yo. I can't wait. It just, as the days get closer, I'm feeling it more. Like, in my mind, honestly, if you told me yesterday, my mind wouldn't be as excited. I'd just be like, oh, yeah, it's coming. But then now it's coming closer. Then now that we're talking about it, it's like, oh, man, it's real. It's happening, boys. It's coming closer and closer. And I'm feeling that excitement where it's just like, again, fuck, any conference, man. Just give me any conference. But, like, Nintendo's especially, admittedly, I'm the most excited for that. And I can't wait. I'm super excited.
Anywhere in your mind, back your mind somewhere, any reservations about them playing it safe? Do you think there's any chance of that, or you think they're gonna go for it?
I think it's gonna go safe as in games that are not announced yet.
Just stick to hey, these are coming out this year. Don't forget about Age of Calamity DLC, that kind of stuff.
Oh shit, DLC! I forgot. Yeah, I hope they don't talk about that, but I guess they might.
I mean, they're gonna have to. There's no way they're not going to.
I don't know.
They're gonna release this fucking trailer. Everybody's gonna be like, "Holy shit, this Breath of the Wild 2," and it's gonna be fucking Age of Calamity DLC because I fucking forgot that shit.
That would actually be a good thing because that would mean the DLC actually was more than just some new fighters and playing the same shit you've already played.
Yeah, that's true too.
If it actually felt like Breath of the Wild 2 based on...
Considering we really haven't seen anything of the DLC.
Well, they ran down it. It's just some new missions and some new characters.
They did put it on Twitter, I believe.
Yeah, but you still should put out like a trailer for the new characters. They usually do that.
And when is it coming out? Do you remember?
It's like, isn't it like soon? Like really soon? Hold on.
Is it?
Anyway, let's go down.
Y'all keep talking.
Let's go. T's frozen right now. He's fixing his hair permanently. So Retro Death,
sexy.
Where's your mind at? I know you made that video.
That's why I'm Karen.
Now T get your shit fixed. Retro, where are you?
Oh, there's good.
It's like you said. I made a video on my channel.
He's live.
I legit think it's gonna be the best E3 Nintendo has ever had. Because I want it to be, and because I feel they don't have a choice. Like I said it in my video, you have 2 new consoles on the market. Everybody's going all out. Nintendo has been kind of slowing down. We know 2 or 3 games that are gonna come out. Like they have no choice but to make it big. And I'm gonna allow myself to be as hyped as possible, as positive as possible. All my games are gonna be there. Everything I want to be, they're gonna have Zero Breath of the Wild 2. They're gonna have Golden Title shit. Everything is gonna be there.
This is real dangerous thinking, buddy.
It's funny you said it could be the best ever, and then you listed all the things you didn't think were gonna be there, and I'm like, damn.
I'm gonna.
Your expectations are what I think is gonna be there, and that's definitely not the best Nintendo Direct.
Also, side note, the DLC comes out this month, so there's no way in hell they're not. There's no way in hell they're not gonna.
I hope it's just
maybe a sizzle reel thing.
It depends.
Maybe it's gonna be in the treehouse.
You know what?
It'll definitely be in the treehouse.
That is right.
It probably will be in the treehouse.
Yeah, I had somebody trying to tell me that they weren't expecting Skyward Sword or the Garage Builder game to be in the treehouse. Like, dude, that's what the treehouse is there for. Hey, this game's coming out.
They'll show Garage Game Builder
and that actually needs a demo. I think I'd like to see.
Yeah.
And
the kind of game it is, it needs.
I don't think they'll show it in the Direct. I think they'll just show it in the treehouse.
No, they're gonna go through that in the Direct. So this is how you make a game. This is how.
Really? 20
minutes.
Dude, that game needs that. Unless it has its own Direct, I have no idea what the fuck how you make something.
It comes out this Friday, right?
I think. Yeah, but that's going to give them a chance to get people's eyes on it.
Oh, they've played games before they're already out.
Yeah. All right, T.
I just don't remember it coming out.
Where are you at mentally right now with the Nintendo E3 Direct?
I'm expecting some good shit. At least a couple of big announcements. How
many you need this year, though?
I need 2.
2?
I mean this year.
Yeah, this year.
Come out this year, or just to be announced at this?
No, come out
this year.
Come out this year.
Okay.
But I would like to hear 1 or 2 for next year. I'd be happy with stuff that doesn't come out this year, as long as it's big things that I'm waiting for. coming out next year. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I go back and forth about Breath of the Wild 2, whether it come out this year or not. I hope it does. I think it should. They definitely had a lot of time.
Yeah, I forgot it's going to be almost 5 years if it released in November.
Yeah, it's almost the same length between this and this game and Breath of the Wild that it was between them announcing Breath of the Wild on the Wii U and us getting it on the Switch. Like, that's how it's almost that long of time, and we know they're using the same engine. So there better be some
Well, Skyward Sword to Breath of the Wild was less than 6. It was 5.5 years or something, or just under 6. Maybe it was like 5 3/4.
Yeah, so I'm so curious about this game.
And depends on how much of the team made the DLC and how much immediately started on the sequel. But because like Terrell asked, what do you need for 2021? All I need is one game announced, Breath of the Wild 2 for 2021. That's all I need for 2021, but I would love to see that 2022 is going to be just filled to the brim with good games, you know, like. But I mean, it'd be even better if there's more than if Breath of the Wild's coming out and also some other like.
I don't think Breath of the Wild's coming out this year.
Monolith Soft's game.
Yeah, Monolith Soft game. I definitely want to see. I need to see it. It doesn't need to come out this year, but I need to see it.
Monolith will come out next year.
Shut the fuck up. Get out of here.
I honestly don't think that Breath of the Wild will come out this year. I think it would be.
I don't think it will, but that's if it was, that's all I need.
Oh, okay. I think you're gonna match it March of 2022. I think that'd be kind of like that.
Wouldn't it be funny if Horizon and Breath of the Wild
I know
2 line up and launch at the same time?
They can't do that again. They can't do that.
It feels like out in January apparently. I don't know how solid that is, but they're announcing
January 22nd, January 22nd.
Early, they're pretty confident, I would think.
Well, Pokemon?
That Pokemon launch in January tells me that they have something big in March, and they have something big in November. There's no way you put the big, potentially the biggest.
Well, we already have a November game, if I remember correctly. Shin Megami Tensei 5 got leaked, so we know that's coming out this year.
But that ain't for everybody. You know,
I know it's not for everybody. No. I'm not saying it's not, but
I don't think Nintendo would rely on that for a big game. I don't think they would push Pokemon.
No, they wouldn't rely on it, but it is a game in there. I would think I would make the argument it might be an October game. That's my.
Because why would you put Pokemon Legends in January if there's not?
Because remember the Diamond and Pearl remakes come out in November.
I know, but January, like that's just such a weird month to put out this huge game. It's like.
I mean, listen. I agree. It's a little. It's also they haven't put out a Pokemon game in January in like over 10 years. I honestly think they just want to have those 2 full months of sales to get to their 30 million goal
end of the fiscal year.
So, all right, let's get Terrell. Terrell, why don't you give us your mindset right now for E3?
Oh man, I'm in a weird spot. I'm leaning into Robert's mindset where like I was fine, and then as we keep coming up on the date, I'm like, fuck, it's coming, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, because like I'm excited, but I'm not trying to get myself caught up in some bullshit, because like E3s have let us down before from all companies. All right, that's happened, and I don't need to. And Nintendo's like in this position where like all you need is the right combination of games to come out, and it don't matter what the fuck PlayStation is putting out in my mind. And I'm scared because Nintendo's so left field sometimes you'll never catch it. But I'm excited partially because I know I better see Legends footage. I want that, goddammit.
Me too.
If we're gonna play a little bit of the rumor game with DK and Samus.
Bro, that would be dope, man.
It'd be dope. I'd probably say I'd be more excited to see Samus than DK though, personally.
I think we'll see Samus for sure. That's just me.
I'm not. And then I need one what the fuck announcement. I need one like Molotov definitely, but like
do you think we'll see WarioWare? Because they're
that wouldn't get me excited if we saw it. I want you to be real with you. I'm not gonna get excited about WarioWare.
Just like
you know what?
Shin Megami Tensei 5. Like, I mean, I'm glad that's not a game I care about because I'd be kind of mad for people in the chat just kind of revealing. I didn't know that was a leaked thing.
Yeah, that got leaked like what was it, a few days ago or something?
Yeah, people been waiting for that. Like, yeah, you're still gonna.
Yeah,
you don't know what it looks like.
Game announced for the Switch.
Yeah, that was like a Switch announcement game.
Yeah.
We were like, what the fuck? So like, I'm glad it's coming out. I guess my thing is just like, you know what I really would want, and this is I got 2 games. I'm just throwing them out. I want a Fatal Frame game. I really do. 5 has made me really want a fucking Fatal Frame game. And the second game, and if you're gonna do a Splatoon, I gotta throw it out there for it. I need to see what the arms. God damn it! I need it.
It's not happening right now.
Why?
Why? Next system,
dude. Whatever. 2 million. It's so funny because that's the Mario Kart team, which is also like his arms team. We don't know what they're working on. They just been.
But we don't know what what have they
Mario
been
Kart
doing?
9 could get announced.
They clearly ain't been doing shit.
Juice,
if Mario Kart 9 gets announced, man, that will be a stunner. That would be so shocking.
Oh, it's over. It's fucking over.
If Mario Kart 8 Deluxe didn't sell 10 million copies last year, there'd be a chance.
If they do that, it's like, why are you doing that? That's stupid. Like, the game sells better every year. It's not just it sold 10 million copies last year. It sells better every year since it came out. Like, why would you compete with yourself? Clearly I wanted Mario Kart 9. I wanted Mario Kart 9 4 years ago. But to me, it just wouldn't make any sense.
I know if I was Retro, I'd be feeling a little like that bet we made. I'd be feeling less confident because that 10 million.
Oh, I'm 100% confident.
Deluxe sells 10 million. There's no reason to put out 9. Absolutely.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous.
And if they launched, that's the thing. If they just launched it with a new console, then it would be that next console would automatically be really solid.
That's what you got to do. You got to do that at this point.
You can do that, but how I see it is that you have all these people who bought Mario Kart 8. If you release Mario Kart 9 on the same system, all those people are going to be like, yo, shit, there's a new game, I'm going to buy it. If you release it on a new console, I think you might have less sales.
They'll buy that over 8.
That bitch. You put it on Switch and whatever next.
Yeah.
At the same time.
See, Retro, you're talking about them, or all those people buying it, but also then 10 less million people buy Deluxe, which is just nothing but profit now. And then you diminish the impact of 9 because you have people who are going to buy it. They're not going to now. 10 million less people were bought Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and you put out 9. Yeah, you'll have maybe 10 million, 20 million of sales of Mario Kart 9, but then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sales are going to completely just dry up to nothing. Like,
do you guys think then that for the next? Because I still think, like I said, the Switch is probably going to go for another 4 years, some shit like that. I've said it a lot. Like, do you guys honestly think that for, like, let's say what I'm saying is true, we're going to have the Switch for another 4 years, I'm basing that on, like, what Furukawa said, on the Splatoon being released, Animal Crossing being released, so let's say the Switch goes another 4 years. Do you honestly think if the Switch would go for another 4 years, you're going to be 4 years without a new Mario Kart? Yeah. At this point?
Yep.
You say that about Nintendo? Are you serious? Like,
if Deluxe wasn't selling 10 million, I would be right there with you, but...
Bro, Retro, we're the same people that have been dying for a new console in Animal Crossing since City Folk when it skipped the Wii U. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that is true.
I mean,
we're on that boat.
It would make sense.
Like at 9 at this point.
Good selling series.
I could see if Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold well and then it was like tapered off, and they probably have 9 pretty far along in development. I would be shocked if they didn't.
They probably have it done.
Or it could be done, but
probably done.
Yeah, Nintendo's been sitting on games a lot recently, as I've learned.
It just makes no sense for them to do it because I don't think Call of Duty would put out one every year if they released a game and it sold 10 million in its 3rd year on the market. I don't think they'd put out a new one, put all that money into it.
Hell no.
So I think as much as it makes sense.
You guys think they put Mario Kart 9 next to Pikmin 4?
I just think it makes so much sense to launch with Mario Kart.
Pikmin 4 could get announced this E3.
What could?
Pikmin 4 looking crazy in this bit.
We're not gonna do that. I'm not
Pikmin
gonna do
4 or maybe
no. I'm not gonna humor that.
I don't know, man. I think it's possible. Wait, yeah.
He looks frozen. I don't know if he is.
I'm looking at us live and shit. I'm like, dude. Oh no, with my streaming.
So, all right, now we're gonna run down. I'm gonna name a game, and you're gonna say if it's highly likely to be shown, probable, possible but not likely, or highly unlikely. So one of those four. We'll start with kind of the easiest one, I think, is Breath of the Wild 2. So Robert.
Guaranteed, highly likely.
Okay. So you. Ms. Frozen Tea squinting.
God damn, Xfinity.
Oh, he's breaking up. You might have to get out and get back in.
I can't do it. I can't keep my arms
What was
steady.
the question?
Breath of the Wild 2, how likely, unlikely?
Highly. All right, I'll be back.
Retro Death, where are you putting Breath of the Wild 2?
Really likely. Like I said, I think Breath of the Wild is one between that. I think it's like one of the few games that I can see being released this year. Definitely highly likely.
Yeah, I put it highly likely. What about you, Terrell?
Oh man.
I mean, at least shown a trailer or something.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. You got. So the problem is because you got like Zelda. I feel like Zelda might end up taking up like half the damn direct. Now that I think about it, because depending on how.
I would like that.
Depending on whether they add in Skyward Sword stuff or
it could be part with Skyward Sword. Breath of the Wild could be comboed together for like a 8-minute thing probably.
We'll also see.
Well, it's 40 minutes. It's already almost a fourth.
Nah, 0 minutes. You can play with a fucking amiibo in like the treehouse.
What about?
No, we'll also see. I think we're also guaranteed to see Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD make it over to Switch.
That's
like fucking
well, I mean, it's another port, so I mean.
Unfortunately, I think it's
together or separate.
I'll say pretty likely.
I think that'll be it'll be like a. Oh shit! Are they really gonna?
They're gonna give away a game for free. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I'll say they bundle it. But no, really? I guess yeah.
If you're talking about modern Nintendo,
they're gonna take $50 games and make them $60 each.
Yeah.
All right, so Splatoon 3. This one's I don't know.
That's tough.
I'll go first. I think it's probable. I think it's fairly likely that Splatoon 3 will get shown. At least some wacky trailer, if not a little more in depth. About you, Terrell?
Man, that's hard. Because it doesn't come out well, they're showing fuck it.
What if it's early 2020? I mean, what if that's the March game that
Well that'd be ridiculous.
That would be awesome, but hey, you know what? Maybe, yeah.
I'll say okay, I'll make this claim. If it's shown, we get a release month announcement with it. So it's like so if they show it, it's gonna be like it'll prove whether or not Juice is right, like it's a March 22 release. That's what I feel like.
Or showing up before the next E3 seems pretty likely.
Yeah.
Retro, you think we'll see Splatoon 3 trailer or anything?
Honestly, when did we get the review for Splatoon 3?
That was like February Direct?
February?
Yeah, February Direct. Yeah.
What's the second to top one? No, not highly likely, but
probable.
I think probable.
What do you think, T?
For Splatoon 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not very.
Robert?
I'm gonna say that too. Not very likely.
Really? Okay. I mean, yeah. If it's not coming out, they could show it next E3. You know, or
he sounded so sad when he said that.
Or in the fall direct.
I do want to see it, but I don't think so. I think it's just.
All right,
I think
I think it's weird to announce it that damn early. You announced it like in February, for God's sake.
You've done that so often.
I think that was a statement. That was a statement that Switch is going to be going for a lot longer.
And also,
I
think those people waited so long for a direct. I also feel like they wanted to add some pizzazz to it at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Bayonetta 3. Robert.
Oh God.
I'm gonna say likely.
All right.
Gotta be, man. Come on. It's 2017.
T.
Fucking hell.
Yep, likely as well.
Retro.
0.
Fuck, man. What?
Terrell.
Jeez, that'd be crazy.
I'm gonna say likely. It seems like all the Switch's like first year or 2 year announcements have already started coming out. Like fuck, we're getting No More Heroes in August for God's sakes. Right. I think
finally.
I think we're at least gonna see it. For God, we better fucking see it at least. I'm gonna say likely. We're gonna at least fucking see it.
I'm gonna say possible, but not likely. And I said these already in my live stream, but I don't remember what I said. So I'm going off trying to remember. I think that's where I put it. I would love to be wrong. I'd love for it to be shown for sure.
I think if they show it, there's a good chance it'll come out October.
Yeah,
likely.
That's fair. All right.
And people are gonna go, oh shit, October.
Yep. Next up,
that would make sense.
The long rumored new 2D Metroid game. I'm gonna say because I don't know if I even believe there is one. So I'm gonna say highly unlikely for 2D Metroid. What do you think, Terrell?
I'm gonna say probable, and I'm gonna say it comes out in September.
Damn. You got some insider information from Emily Rogers?
No, I'm going off of the idea that I very much agree with T when he said earlier we're gonna see something Samus related. So I don't think it'll be Prime 4. It's probably gonna be this rumored game going around. So I'm gonna say that, and if I play into Robert's like Bayonetta comes in October, more than likely Samus would fit perfectly in September.
God, if they had a packed end of this year, that'd be amazing.
It'd be like 2019 all over again.
What's that rumor from? I don't
remember. It's been, I think,
it's
supposedly
people saying shit.
Was it people getting hiring at?
No, I think it was Mercury Steam.
Mercury
stuff,
Steam
I think,
was hiring people or something.
Yeah, it started with that, and then it kind of snowballed.
I think it's in the same where the 2D Donkey Kong, like the same person. Whatever it is.
Okay.
T, what do you think of a 2D Metroid?
What are the options again?
Highly likely, probable, possible but not likely, and highly unlikely.
I say highly likely.
Okay, Robert.
I'll say probable. I think there's a very good chance, but I don't want to say like highly. I want to say it's probable.
All right, I'm gonna throw a curveball here. The return of a dormant IP, a la F-Zero, Wave Race, Star Tropics. I won't name a specific,
I
but
didn't get to say my thing about fucking
a dormant or Golden Sun. Sorry, was it Golden Sun? People always asking for
Star Tropics.
I think it was Golden Sun's what I was thinking of.
Jesus Christ.
Old IP making a return, Robert. What's the chances?
I didn't get to say my Metroid thing yet.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
2D Metroid. Okay, Retro. Sorry.
We already know what you're gonna say.
Sorry, Bob Retro.
The second from the bottom, the kind of maybe
possible but not likely.
Yeah.
All right, Robert. What do you think of a new IP or old IP getting resurrected, shown at E3?
Wasn't it Furukawa that was saying that they want to look at more of their series or some shit? I don't know if that means that they've been working on it or they're just gonna start looking into it, but I'm gonna say probable.
You're saying probable. T, what are you thinking? And if you want to, Robert, if you want to guess a game, if you want to guess an IP.
Okay, yeah, I'll guess the game. It's gonna. Well, I don't even know WarioWare counts as that yet.
Kind.
Well, no. Actually, no, because they were on.
Said the 3DS collection.
They had the 3DS WarioWare Gold thing. So, I mean, what would we consider dormant? I guess we're talking maybe GameCube and below, or Wii and below.
I'd say GameCube and below.
I don't know. I don't even know what.
T, you want to?
I don't see an F-Zero. I'll think about it.
T, what do you think?
Put it down. Put it down.
That would be amazing. It really would be amazing.
Down.
I just don't see it happening.
There you go. There's my guess.
You think?
Oh man,
Retro Death. What do you think the chances of
resurrecting
an old IP? Biting Kaitos.
Like I said, if I would have to guess, I would be like P. Like I've observed that. Like I said in my video, I think there's like two smaller things, or like a maybe big thing. I definitely think they're gonna revive something. I wish it was F-Zero. I see it more being Kid Icarus, unless Sakurai is going to work on it after Smash. I don't know, but highly likely that something is coming back.
What do you say, Terrell?
Oh God, I don't want to do this. Fucking, I'm gonna make. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna say likely, but it's gonna be an IP we don't give a fuck about.
That's fair. That's fair.
And you know why I'm gonna say that? Because of Detective that Famicom Detective Club shit that came out.
Good
and
point.
I'll be like,
Good point.
And they're like, of all the games to bring over to the West, you pick these two obscure as fuck visual novel games.
Yeah.
And that was in the bag. Like,
that's still cool.
And no, look, it's cool, but I'm like,
you're not getting excited about it.
Why?
That's basically
I get you.
I mean, Jesus
All
Christ.
bets are off.
So I'm gonna take the gamble. If we get anything, it's gonna be an IP we don't give a fuck about.
All right, I'm gonna say it's probable, and I'm gonna throw out Advance Wars, something in the Advanced Battalion Wars.
Don't do that. Hey, you playing with fire? Don't do that. Hey.
Oh.
All right.
That's almost as offensive as F-Zero.
Next up, new Donkey Kong game. So I'm not believing the rumors and stuff. So I'm gonna say it's possible, but not likely. I would love to see new 2D or 3D. I think 3D would be more exciting.
Well, yeah, 3D would be more preferred.
And especially if it's made by the 3D Mario team. So what do you think, Terrell? DK?
What was the last thing? Is Odyssey the last thing the 3D Mario team worked on?
They had worked on Bowser's Fury, but I don't think that was probably the full team.
Yeah. So by that logic, they haven't really done anything major in like 4 years.
Yeah.
Minus. Fuck. That's.
How much would Tropical Freeze sell on the Switch?
In like 2 million or some shit.
2 million.
I mean, it's so well and it's so better. I think than.
And that came out 2018. That's almost enough time for a new 2D game just since that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna kind of link. Oh fuck. Where would you put it though? I'm thinking of like release schedule. I don't know. You can't just.
It could be a 2022 game though. It could be.
If it's 3D,
I'll put it this way. I think that would be in November alongside Pokemon.
I don't think you would do that. I mean, if it was 2D maybe, but if it's 3D, I think it's
December.
next year.
It is 2D, man.
If it's 3D, I think it's next year. So I would say. I'll say I'm like middle of the road with it. Like it could go either way for me. But I very much believe if it's a 3D game, it's coming out next year.
What do you think? What do you think, Retro?
Like I said, I'm gonna be mega positive this time and shit. I let myself be swept up by these rumors and shit. I normally don't do that stuff. I'm gonna say that if you just say a new Donkey Kong game, highly likely.
Highly likely. All right. T, what do you think?
3D Donkey Kong.
That's the answer. Oh.
What is it? Likely?
Probable.
Yeah.
And Robert?
Say highly likely. Yo, I'm believing in this shit. I mean, again, if it's wrong, it is what it is. But I'm looking forward to a
living up to the hype, man.
Donkey Kong made by the Odyssey team. I think that could be fun. I think it would end up being a masterpiece. I'll just say that. It's going to end up being a 10 out of 10 if that's the case.
I'd love to see it. All right, so now for the big one, Metroid Prime 4.
You bitch! I'm taking out my headphones. I'm not.
What do you think, Robert?
I think it's probable, man. I think it's probable we're finally going to see.
You said probable for everyone.
No, did I?
Except I think highly likely.
I think what it is that you're gonna see this 2D Metroid, and then after that you'll just see and he's like, and by the way, he's like, please take a look at this, and then they're gonna show it. And it's gonna be like a quick 30-second thing, and everyone's gonna go, and it's gonna go Metroid Prime 4, and it says
still in development,
coming soon. yeah, just like coming soon or whatever. And then that's it, and it's like, development is going smoothly. And it's like, please stay tuned. And
we won't show you anything at this time, but we'll show you something later in the year.
Yeah.
Announcement of an announcement.
One of those Breath of the Wild trailer
Yeah,
things.
T,
Like,
what do you
they
think?
did,
It's been 2.5 years since the delay.
That's why, like, come on, man. Like,
I'm not sure what I think,
crazy.
but what I believe is highly likely.
Okay. And apparently they're hiring a bunch of people for different projects, so that means it's probably done. So
it's wrapped.
You know what scares me is if this shit lines up with the way we thinking, this year's gonna be fucking ridiculous.
That's why I'm not letting myself.
And I'm scared. I'm scared.
But
God, they
I'm
don't
cool
do
with
that.
I'm cool with letting myself go and be excited. You know why? Because every fucking direct, every fucking E3, everybody come out, oh man, because it's temper your expectations. Don't have no expectations. Like when are we allowed to have some goddamn expectations from the greatest fucking video game company out there? Like, fuck. No, I'm gonna have high expectations because that's what I expect.
I mean, that's what they should do. That's what I think they need to do. Retro,
right.
Where you put Metroid Prime 4?
Metroid Prime 4, 0, no chance.
I can't say no chance. Terrell, what do you think?
Right. I think so here's my thing. Here's my caveat. If we see it, it's probably just gonna be like a cinematic trailer, and maybe Prime 4's subtitle comes out for it. And I'm gonna bet it comes out next year. That's my thought process with it. So I'm gonna say I'm very middle of the road with that one too. But if we see it, we will get a release year at the very least. Also, side note for that, the Dorman IP return, I got it from the chat. Ice Climbers. That's gonna be the fucking Dorman IP.
That'd be dope. That'd be awesome.
That game's been on ice for many years.
Silly enough to be true.
Fuck you,
no,
Juice.
All right, so Metroid Prime 4, I'm gonna put that in the possible, but not. I wouldn't put it very likely, but I think it's possible, and I think even if they just have a trailer, hey, this is game 2022 at the end. I don't think it doesn't need to have like a full breakdown, like extensive gameplay trailer. They're just here we got some stuff done. Here's what it looks like, and
give me like a 2-minute trailer with a release year. That's all.
Out of here with stuff done. I want to see fucking the blowout. At least a blowout trailer showing what we can expect in the game.
Yeah, I don't want one of those EA things where they just show you the staff talking about they're working on.
That is like the worst.
God.
That is the worst type of video, dog.
All right, so with all that, now we're gonna have to arrange the announcements in order for the best impact to keep for the best show. So what would you start with? Assuming, Breath of the Wild's getting shown and Metroid and Donkey Kong, all that, Splatoon. We won't talk about the obvious stuff like, Monster Hunter Stories. Games we know are going to be there. Let's just focus on the big points, the big announcements. In what order would you start the show with? Basically, we'll start there and we'll make a list. And then we'll see if we're even close. So what would you guys start with?
Smash, guaranteed Smash you start with first. You open it up with Smash.
I have my guess. I already know what I want.
If we're taking into account that everything here is happening.
Yeah.
If we're taking into account here that everything is happening, I'm gonna say they open with Breath of the Wild too.
Man, that'd be.
Fuck, man.
How do you follow that up?
Yeah, like
I'm gonna go a little left field. I think if they start it, they're gonna start with Bayo 3, and it's gonna start with her going, "Did you miss me?" And
damn it, I was hoping we could come up with we could all agree on make a list. I'm thinking the Smash character you start with, or Monolith's new game.
Monolith's new game would fuck me up, dog.
That's
if it's an epic, kind of like it looks like based on the concept art. If the setting and stuff, it could be a pretty epic.
Bruh, like this E3. I'm gonna tell you what I would love to see.
Shit, I forgot to even say Monolith's game for the possibility.
It's gonna be so fucking
I wouldn't even start with if I want to really blow bitches' socks off for E3. Again, this is based on my highly likelies and what I expect to see. You start that bitch with Metroid Prime 4.
That was
start that bitch off. Dang it. That's what I would do.
And you know why you do that? Because that's the starting point. So it only gets better.
You know, and then like put like 2022 or something, at the end. So you so that it's not coming this year, but you know to expect it next year. I would be very happy with that shit. And then I would go into then I'd go to Smash. Show the Smash character, bring it down a little bit, Then I'd show what's coming out soon.
Mario Golf.
Oh yeah, Mario Golf.
That's I'll show some Mario Golf, maybe a little bit of Mario Golf, maybe some World Ends With You. Then I'll kick you in the balls with a little like I said. What was my pick for like dormant? I hit your ass with some F-Zero, bitch.
See, this is where it gets into the territory where, man, I mean, we're painting this awesome picture, and then they come out. They start with Skyward Sword HD.
This would be like
for me, even if I'm disappointed. For me, it's fun to do that. It's way more fun to do that than speculate on some bullshit hardware. Ideas. It's way more fun for me to do that than say, oh, temper your expectations. This E3, bitch, I want to have fun. I want it to be a good experience. So all that, people get way more hyped about some fucking vaporware hardware and all this other shit.
The reason why I say open with Breath of the Wild 2 is because it's something we know it's coming, and technically announcement-wise, that's why I said I would think Prime 4. Considering how long people have been waiting, we have seen nothing of it, would hit harder. So I think you end the show with either Prime 4 or like T-Set F-Zero, because those would be the hardest hitting hype-wise. Because Breath, you can't the thing is after this you want social media to go crazy. And if you end with Breath of the Wild 2, it's gonna go crazy, but people already know it. If you say something like Metroid or F-Zero at the end that we have gameplay for and that kind of shit, it's gonna hit so much fucking harder.
I don't know if
F-Zero last. I wouldn't put F-Zero.
I don't think you're gonna have gameplay. I think Breath of the Wild 2 last because you can say boom, November or whatever,
And what if Zelda's playable?
Some gameplay and start to explain the game. You're not gonna get, unless we're super surprised, you're not gonna get F-Zero in the treehouse
or Metroid. Well, if Zelda's playable in the game, that would be a big thing to end with.
Yeah, that would be
that would be a big thing. Yeah, we're all hoping for it.
Man, this is too good.
I thought we could come up with all right, this makes sense. We'd all agree. The first thing they'll show, but we've had two people say Smash. I don't know.
I do love the idea of having.
I love the idea, but
Smash is a safe pick. I mean, that it probably.
I think they're gonna start with Smash.
Yeah.
All right, so
they usually do start with Smash, and I think only recently they kind of stopped doing that because it's too predictable. That's why I don't think they will start with Smash because it's too predictable.
It's not. I don't think.
Outside the box.
You think they're gonna try to fool us with a trailer that's actually Smash but isn't, or that doesn't look like Smash but turns out it is? You think they're gonna try, or they're just being?
That's what I'm hoping.
Right up front with the logo.
I'm hoping that for example, that's how I see it. That's why I hope they do they always do this weird shit. I'm hoping this reverse reveal where, let's say you see a reveal, you think it's Smash, but it's not. Holy shit, it's a massive Animal Crossing update, because I believe that's going to come, It's a massive Animal Crossing update. But then instead of that trailer ending, that trailer transitions into, for example, Tom Nook and Smash, I think they're going to release a game, have the game transition into Smash.
I got something better than that. What if you make it seem like you were dropping a new F-Zero character for Smash? What's his name? Goro?
Samurai Goro.
Like Samurai Goro, some shit. And then it's actually the fucking F-Zero game. But that would make people's heads explode.
Yeah.
Make it look like a Smash reveal for Samurai Goro and shit. And then be like, nope, this is the F-Zero new game. Oh my god.
I hope they have some way to trick people like that. But honestly, if I had to put money down, I'd say Nintendo Direct starts, whatever, and then Smash logo. That's what I think is going to happen.
I think so too. I really do. I think.
That would be the same.
If it's a cool character, I think that'd be a good start. All right, so
if it's not, then
yeah,
I'm still sticking with my Bayonetta idea. I think that would be a good way to be like, oh shit, we're starting with
that to me feels like a middle
I'm
of
with
the direct.
you on that, but I'm not sure about the game, but it's going to be a game that we've been anticipating. I think that's how you start the direct. Like,
yeah.
You think it might even be Shin Megami Tensei?
Oh well, you could. I mean, I don't think you started.
I don't know.
You're not gonna start it. You're not gonna start it that.
Kind of a limp dick start, man. Like I don't know.
Wait a minute, Megami Tensei is hot fire.
Hey, put some respect on the goddamn IP,
put some respect
all right?
on Megami's name, son. But I don't think Nintendo's gonna start the direct with a third-party game. You know, I don't think they will.
That's true. Yeah, that's
true.
So one thing we do agree on, because Juice was looking for something we agree on. I think we all agree at the very least they're gonna start fucking out of the gate running with that shit.
Yeah. Well, I think they always do. Like I think they always do.
2015 started pretty good with that Star Fox.
Yeah,
and that was
awesome.
it.
Oh. It was great because they also had like they were doing the puppets and stuff.
And then it was like Skylanders with Bowser and Donkey Kong and.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
All right, so.
Shit, man.
Fuck, I almost feel like Monolith's new game would be like in the first 20%, 25% of the show. So
I mean,
first 10 minutes.
I think that could actually
that's a good game to start it with because we have no idea what it looks like. So they can start showing something like, what is this?
Yeah, let's throw that.
And then boom.
Let's throw that in
I
the
actually
beginning.
think they could close out if it turns out to be an action RPG like how they're talking. Like I think that there's a potential they could actually close the show out with that. Like have some cool looking art style, cool world. People are gonna be like, "Whoa, holy crap!"
Yeah, Angel makes a good point. They started 2018 off with Daemon X Machina. That was the first thing. Yeah.
Did they? 2018.
Yeah, they
didn't have.
That was the one with Smash, right?
2018.
I don't remember these things. Goddamn.
2018 didn't have much. It had Luigi's Mansion on 3DS.
Well, 2018 was the year that broke both of us. I think, so.
And then they showed.
2018 is where
they detailed Smash. Right. They detailed all those Smash, like the little moveset changes and stuff, and it was like they didn't have much. I mean, it had 3DS. Ports of old games on 3DS too.
Maybe it says a lot. They started with a third-party game that nobody even cares about right now.
Yeah. So if they start with some random third-party niche-looking game, I'm gonna be worried. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But all right, Microsoft potential opening Smash character probably early out, unless it's a sneaky like they're trying to trick you. I think you. Like T said, either trick you into thinking it's a Smash character and it's a new game, or thinking it's a new game and it's a Smash character.
They did it with Animal Crossing, kind of.
Yeah, it got me.
Yeah, and they ended a direct with that, so.
It got me, and I hated it. Worst fucking thing.
So you know why why the Animal Crossing didn't hit me? Because we've been waiting for Animal Crossing. Is because I just talked about it in chat, and I hate that Smash trailers 100% of the time these days, it says under not actual gameplay footage, and 99% of the time that means okay, it's gonna be fucking Smash.
Well, the thing is, if you're not paying attention, I wasn't paying attention to that. Remember, I was watching on the TV, so
it could be a cinematic too. Though.
I was just super hyped.
It could mean it's a cutscene. All right, so Splatoon 3, if they show that, would you think they would? They already wait. It was already the last announcement of the last direct. I don't think you wait to the end to show Splatoon 3.
Yeah, you put that. You probably put in the
somewhere in the middle.
I would say. Yeah.
And there's a new Fire Emblem for sure, yo.
So.
Oh God, I'd be fucked. This is gonna be stupid.
Where's Pokemon Legends Arceus or whatever get shown?
Yeah, this shit is too packed. This shit is too.
Where's that get shown?
Remember, this is 40 minutes. I feel like this. I'm scared.
Well, plus, I mean,
the greatest E3 ever.
Plus, you know,
you have 40 minutes.
You know, they're
stretch out some bullshit.
You know, they're gonna show. You know, they're gonna show. I think Monster Hunter Story trailer is gonna get maybe a release date.
That's right.
Pokemon.
They're gonna show.
Skyward Sword's likely. Normal Heroes could be a sizzle reel or its own thing. Sonic Colors might be part of a sizzle reel. Project Triangle Strategy could get a trailer.
I think
the thing with Pokemon, I agree with what Terrell said a while ago. These days, they've been doing it for a couple of years now. They always save Pokemon for their own thing.
That's true.
But I've seen the last few Pokemon at E3.
They still throw. Now, to be fair, they still throw shit.
They played Sword and Shield like 2 different times in the Treehouse in 2019.
Right. Yeah, they're not.
Yeah,
they, like Pokemon.
They reveal them before Direct, and then they show it in the Direct or in the E3.
The announcement is usually separate, but the gameplay is usually.
They always play those games. Let's go.
Yeah, I was thinking no way, but then I thought about it. I actually went back to look, and
that's right. I would bet on Kirby.
Kirby's almost not even a rumor.
I think Kirby will be in there, yo.
Okay.
But he may not make E3. We don't know that, but we know they're working.
Yeah, you know, it might just slip by E3 though. Yeah, might slip by E3.
For Kirby announcement always, man. Especially after
Kirby would be in the middle somewhere if that's.
Yeah.
Kirby's one of those things where it's just shown.
So what do you think?
We always joke about the Tinky Winky shit, but like Kirby's going way too Tinky Winky these days.
Tinky Winky.
So let's just try to figure out what's the biggest bang to end it on. Breath of the Wild 2, Metroid Prime.
I don't think they do Breath of the Wild 2.
Yoshi's Woolly World port to Switch.
Oh God, what the fuck?
I think they ended on Breath of the Wild 2.
I think they ended on Monolith Soft. I think that's what they're gonna do. Ended on Monolith Soft's new game. Because I think if it's an action RPG, that's gonna get people really up. An open world action RPG, what? People are gonna be like, what the fuck?
Well, considering Monolith Soft has the ability to scare people, people will sleep on Monolith Soft, and then the fucking game gets shown. You're like, oh shit.
What if they have a January? What if they have the
like an action?
January 2017 level of trailer for Breath of the Wild 2, though. You don't follow that with Monolith Soft's new game. If you have another giving you chills trailer for Breath of the Wild,
dude, if they have something like that, like it's over. I mean, like then they gotta end it off with that.
I know, but still, if they have like a really good trailer with like great music,
well, that's a really good trailer, but most of the impact, like you said, is because of how new it was, and that trailer is the world, and you kind of expect the world to be the same.
Fucking fantastic trailer. I still go.
I don't know if you're going to be in Hyrule. I think if you're going to be in Hyrule, I think we would already seen the game. I think that's gonna be a new location.
I think at this point, I think it has to be a new location. Like how long?
I think it's gonna be.
You think they're working this long, and it's still the same world at this point? I thought for sure it was the same world, but now, so many years later,
I'm expecting it to be the same world, but you're gonna have a slightly smaller area that you can also go to, like something new to explore. Like, I don't see them drop Hyrule completely, but there's no way it's just going to be
You're not going to be going from...
It's going to be Hyrule. It's going to be... Maybe it'll open up other, like, caves that lead to other worlds. Like, you know...
Robot. We got Robot T. T Headstrom there.
Huh?
Max Headstrom going on.
Oh, no. Again?
The voice was... We haven't heard that in a while. That was a good one. I don't know, man. I can't see myself going from the desert to the Akala region again, like just be able to freely go across Hyrule. To me, it's like that'd be I think that would be redundant at that point, unless there's some new element.
If they use the same exact map,
unless they could change somehow, come up story-wise to completely change it. Like I don't know, like be time travel or something. See, you make the best faces when it pauses. Auto tune. So bad, he sounds like Future, man.
Like to end it and stuff. Like I think Prime 4. Like I don't believe Prime 4 is coming, but if it's coming, it would end with that. Or like we said, like if they have like a brand new thing they're bringing back, like F-Zero, it's gonna end with like the new thing they're bringing back.
I don't think they'd end with F-Zero. I think that'd be like next to the end, like right before, and then you end.
Well, Nintendo, if you guys, like I went back and I watched some directs or reactions to the directs in the past. They love to end with like two of like really great announcements to make you feel like your memory of it was better. Cause 2019 they did that. It was Banjo. And then Breath of the Wild sequel announcement. If you watch everything up to that point, it was just an average okay thing. But man, those announcements were so exciting that it was just it left an impact. Like man, that was a great direct. You know, so I think they're gonna end with two big things. I think Breath of the Wild's one of them. What do you think, T?
Yeah.
He's thinking on it. He's pondering. What else? What could a not just a resurrecting an old IP? What would be? I mean, obviously we can't predict a new IP. I predicted. I said something like a Splatoon level, like new IP.
I would say. Oh, you think a new IP? I was gonna think of a third party steal. Like they grab a game that's never historically been on Nintendo systems, and it's like, oh, here's your. Oh, you.
It's coming out in November.
That's true.
Wait, yeah. What if all of a sudden you're watching this at the end, all of a sudden Bend Studios comes out, Days Gone 2 is announced.
Yeah, right.
For the
Switch would melt trying to do Days Gone.
I feel like Richard being in bed like, and fucking have a heart attack.
Mario Kart 9, I guess. If Mario Kart 9 was coming, that would be a big way to end the show.
Yeah, I mean, if they announced Mario Kart 9, it would blow my mind. It really would blow my mind.
You know what I would hate? If they announced the end of the show, Mario Kart 9, and I'm gonna be like, Juice is buying me games, and then they're gonna say like in progress for like the new Nintendo thing, and then they switch to like the new Nintendo console they're releasing and shit, which is not gonna be a Switch Pro because then I still win the bet, you know. Like I'm gonna be like, man, I'm gonna be so salty about that end.
Yeah, damn. We need to do this whole thing over. We forgot to talk about the exclusive Switch Pro games that are coming.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fuck. You know, and Terrell, I commented on your comment about what I said. My whole point was to talk about all these big games was like, to the people who are like, there's going to be exclusive games for the Switch Pro. So they're going to launch the Switch Pro with exclusive games.
I agree.
And then the old Switch, the regular Switch, and the new Switch would play it too. But you get Splatoon 3, Breath of the Wild 2, Metroid Prime 4, all these huge games, Pokemon Legends. What could the exclusive game for the Switch Pro be that anybody would care?
No. I agree with you as far as like.
That's what I was talking about.
I don't believe they're gonna have like exclusive games. I think they've learned their lessons as far as that's concerned.
To the people who, a lot of the people who believe, even though Bloomberg's report said nothing about exclusive games, and some people are stupid. That wasn't like listing rumors either. That was just they were reporting it like factual information from their source, that all their research they did.
Listen, if I want to be like retro and get thousands of views on my videos, I gotta put a little spice in that bitch for you to be grab onto. It's like bait. Also, I need the hook.
To be fair, what about I think they'll announce other stuff like a new Mario Party because of the whole.
There could be like
thing, I think.
Yeah, they could. I would put like
the previous one though.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, what if they did a new Mario Party that like work in tandem with the Super Mario Party?
Nope,
so like
that's too much for Nintendo. It's gonna be a new Mario Party.
That's cross-platform. I can't do that shit. So I put like Mario Party 11 or whatever it'd be called, and Kirby kind of in the same like tier where it's like cool, but it's not gonna generate a ton of hype.
It depends. Yeah, again, the Kirby. I remember that the Kirby creator was saying he wants this to be like the best Kirby. Like he wants it to really impress people. So
yeah, that's what they fucking said about Skyward Sword. Like, man, it's gonna be the best Zelda since Ocarina of Time. We're not stopping with Zelda until we outdo Ocarina of Time when Skyward Sword came out.
Retro, your mic's sounding shitty too.
It sounds like you're slowly fading away.
Yeah,
everybody's fucking up.
What the hell, man? So what do we forget here? What do we got?
What else?
Donkey Kong. Think, if there's gonna be a new Donkey Kong, could that be an early
middle
or
that's
middle?
The middle of the
we've already run out of 40 minutes just in these possible.
That's what I'm saying.
We gotta consider they're gonna cover a lot of shit we already know about, games that are coming out soon, games that already come out.
Skyward Sword, Mario Golf.
Trailers on average are 2 minutes long on average, because I did my greatest game trailer thing. Like some trailers are only like a fucking minute. And Breath of the Wild was like an exception where it was like 5 minutes.
But even if it's only 2-minute trailers, that's still only fucking without going back to back to back. If they were 2-minute trailers, that's only 20 games. But they're gonna be talking and having little segments in between. They always have.
Is it that bad, T?
My internet in that whole house went out. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah.
Look at his dedication.
We're pretty much gonna wrap it up here anyway. But so let's give a grade. Your excitement on a scale 0 to 100. Robert, I already know yours. Yours is 100, I'm sure.
Wow, I was gonna say a 99. Hey, fuck you. No, it is 100. You know, I think it has the potential to be amazing. I mean, by what we're saying, like just the games that we know that we haven't seen in so long, like Metroid Prime 4 and Breath of the Wild 2, like those alone are gonna make it super hype if it comes. For sure, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the Treehouse, what they possibly show, but we're gonna do some other streams before. Like some of us, we can cover more of that.
Yeah.
But T, what do you think? What's your rating for your excitement level right now?
From what's the range?
0 to 100.
Wow, that's a pretty big range. I would say I'm in the 8s then, 80.
What about you, Retro?
I want to say something stupid like 1,000 shit, but I'll just stick to your rules 100%. I'm going to be allowing myself to think like I'm going to see the craziest shit.
Today, I would put mine at an 80, but a couple days ago, I would probably put it at a 60. It's not because I don't. Damn. It's just because the hype it hadn't hit me yet that we were this close.
As you get closer, I would be the same thing.
I would say on Tuesday at 11:59, it's gonna be at like a 95 probably. So.
Yep.
What about you, Terrell?
Yeah, I'm in the 80s. I can't. I'm scared though. The fear is what's keeping me.
See, I would love
the fear of greatness is what's scaring the shit out of me. So right now I'll say like an 83, but I imagine within the next 2 days it's gonna turn into like a fucking 99, and I'm gonna just be stuck in that mode for like the next 4 or 5 days. Go ahead, Juice. Sorry.
I was gonna say like, all the things we hope and think they should show. That'd be a lot of trailers to show, and Nintendo. They're gonna hype up and talk about stuff that's coming soon, and use E3 as a way to, by the way, here's this game's coming out. Mario Golf's coming out in a couple weeks. They did it for ARMS. I think ARMS was more just like in a sizzle reel or something because that came out like right after. They're gonna cover their bases. So I think out of the 40, I would be shocked if 20 of that isn't just the really expected things that we already know and seen, like Monster Hunter Stories, Animal Crossing could get new content, stuff like that. Pokemon, both the remakes and the new game. Dragon Quest 3 remake could get shown, and Nintendo they could choose to have a new trailer, even if Square shows that shit. They've done it before, where Square or Ubisoft shows a cool trailer, and then it's in Nintendo's presentation. So I would love it to just be like completely blow me away, but I don't. It's not about not being excited, but it's also about not leaving myself up to massive disappointment. So that's where I try to keep it. I get excited about the possibility, but I don't want to convince myself that I'm going to be seeing Bayonetta 3 and then not see it, and then I can only be disappointed. So I've always been that way, though. I've always tried not to get too excited.
Yeah, but will you not? Let's say, okay, everything that you didn't expect to happen, or that you didn't hype yourself up to happen, doesn't happen. Is it gonna make you feel better? Like, I know I'm not. Like, I'm still gonna be down on it.
I'll still be disappointed, but at least I wasn't. It falls in line with my expectations. So, I guess I never tested that theory to like let myself. I did it for a few years with Retro's new game. We always said Retro's new game. I'm like, for sure it's coming this year. For sure it's coming this year. And then it's like it wasn't shown, and it's just like, I always feel.
I guess my question is more are those actually your expectations, or are you just not expecting things so you don't, end up more upset?
Yeah, I would say it does help me. Just like when when I watch my sports team, like the Lions, like if I was like, man, I really hope they win. But if someone's like, hey, I'll bet you I'll take $5 on the Lions. I'll be like, oh, I'll take the Patriots. Like, I always bet against my team. That way, if they win, yeah, I lost $5, but man, they just won a game that I'm really excited about now. Like, that just helped their season. Versus betting on the Lions, so they lose, and then I have to pay somebody $5. It's like a double whammy, and I kind of feel that same way about E3 and Nintendo Directs.
I understand what you're saying, but for what I'm trying to say is that for me, if I have to feel that way about my team, I ain't even gonna watch them bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's just how I've always been.
Well,
I think it's
I was just gonna say real quick that like we're talking about the number of games. I'm looking back at like the past directs, and like I'm trying to see like the 40-minute range ones, and all of them, even the ones that are like 30 minutes, you still get over like 25 games shown. So I mean, like you're gonna get a lot of games. I think we could fit in.
Well, they showed a lot in that direct, but we had a debate about it. There was a lot of old.
No, well, but that's
old
what I'm saying.
shown.
We still, but like the things that we're saying, technically, you know, we have enough time in it to have.
I get what you're saying.
The point is that it's feasible. It's feasible.
Yeah, it's feasible to have those.
Because the last direct was 50 minutes, and it feels like.
Was it 50 minutes?
The only thing people remember is Splatoon 3
That's right, it was
and Project Triangle Strategy. Like no one, I would be curious if anybody could name 10 other things shown in that 50 minutes.
DC superhero girls.
So many years?
Huh?
What
was that? The one they brought back after so many years?
Yeah.
Because that's the one. February. That one was fucking garbage, man. We've had like mini directs that were better than that. Like I
enjoyed that one.
I thought the last partner direct was better when.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll count how many is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So it was like 26 before 40 minutes hit. So that's why it's like we technically there should be enough time to get some of the things that we're talking about.
And I would absolutely it would be amazing if we got a lot of the stuff.
If we got half of this, it would be incredible.
And all they have really, if Breath of the Wild 2 has a 2021 release date, that would just be like I'd forget anything else and like all right, I'm excited. I'm playing it this year. You know, like that could erase even a mid-tier direct. If it's like, yeah, you're playing Breath of the Wild in November.
Yeah.
I mean, just like regardless of the hype or not, if your direct is whack, it's just still gonna be whack to me.
Yeah,
like,
I get that too, but that's just how I've always approached things. I just feel like I don't know. It's hard to say for sure, but I feel like I'd be more.
No, I'm not telling you how to. No,
yeah, I'd say for me, I think I would feel more disappointed if I had gotten to the point where I'm like, yeah, Bayonetta 3's for sure, Metroid Prime for sure gonna show up. Like where I really feel it's possible, and then they don't. I feel like I'd be more disappointed.
Like the hype in general is just the Nintendo shit, E3 shit. Like I'm not hyped. Like yeah, man, I'm gonna see this, I'm gonna see that. So I won't be disappointed because I won't see anything. Because like I don't know what's gonna happen. But it's like they said, it's like we've come to a point where we just allowed ourselves like to not be excited anymore, and I fucking refuse.
Well, it was fun having
everything I ever wanted.
It's fun having this podcast, even though I didn't think like half the things were likely. I still had fun. I still have fun discussing it. And it's like, like I said in my thing, like Nintendo could really prove that, hey, we do have 4 more years of the Switch like this. And it doesn't just have to be this direct that's going to prove that. But I think this direct, one in the later of the year, what 2022 looks like, that will tell me if they truly believe that they have 4 years left on the system.
Well, on the Switch Pro, obviously.
Yes.
Oh God.
I do want to bring that up because I made the video about why I said it's not going to be a Pro. It's just going to be a revision, like at the most the new 3DS, at the most, but probably not even to that. And it was like the same day, next day, I see people are already saying, well, Nintendo's changed their plan. Third parties are scrambling now. They were going to show their Switch Pro games. These people are already building in their excuse now that that week happened that it was supposed to come out. It was supposed to be revealed. So you got people literally trying to say Nintendo...
Was it supposed to be revealed on the 4th or some shit?
No, it was like the end of May. like May 28th, 27th.
Was it? I thought it was last week.
Well,
no,
actually,
it was
2
like,
weeks ago.
It's gonna be revealed before, like on the 4th or something.
It was the day that we got.
That was what I was
the
hearing.
day we got
the.
No, it was the day we got Sonic. Horizon.
You're not hip to the new rumors, Juice.
Horizon.
It was a May 4th
situation. Keep up. You gotta keep up.
So anyway, they're already building in the excuse. Oh, Nintendo changed plans, like Switch Force. Is it Switch Force? The Zach dude, Robert, is that Switch Force?
Yeah.
That dude, I used to actually liked his channel back when it was just him. Now he's, went on with Switch. He's now saying, the head leaker guy is saying, well, Nintendo changed the plans. Who knows what the reason is? And now all these third parties are scrambling because they were set to show their Switch Pro games. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That is some bullshit. Now that it didn't happen, now you're trying to save face and say it's going to happen. Now it's going to possibly be July. Shut the fuck up. You didn't. You said it. You put a lot of. A lot of stakes on like. You had sources. It didn't happen. Now don't try to don't spin it because now you know it or have a really strong feeling it's not going to be at E3, which you probably already knew it wasn't going to be anyway. And now you're building in this excuse.
Zero consequences from their audience.
And now they got another month. And then they can say in July, they can say, you know what, the Switch is doing well. They're just going to hold it for maybe March next year and just going to keep that dangling that carrot. When
Nintendo revealed the E3 plans and it said Nintendo's going to focus on software, that's when you knew, oh man, they're going to start backpedaling like crazy. And they one after the other, they started doing that shit, man. All these excuses. It's the same thing because they've been doing it for like 4 years and stuff. Because
no, Retro.
It's
way more believable that this billion-dollar company just in the last minute decided to completely change their plans. That's more believable, Retro, than that shit never happened.
I'm curious.
Business relations and shit.
I'm curious, Terrell, because I know you don't believe get caught up into believing everything's true, but I know you follow it. What is your take on this backpedaling now that they're saying it was going to get shown before E3? Now it's not going to happen.
The way I always take rumors and leakers is that it's kind of like a gauge. I start off in neutral, and if your rumor gets proven right, you get a little point. You stay in the green for a little bit. If you fuck up, you drop down. The backpedaling is an immediate drop down to me, especially if it's immediate. Like if you were to have that level of backpedaling that quickly is insane. Because you aren't in the industry like that, most of it is one or two people and you've just heard things so that's why certain leakers I don't pay no attention to. There's only maybe 2 or 3 of them I really focus on. The backpedaling is fucking ridiculous. If you're doing that immediately or coming up with it as soon as some shit fell through, I'm like, yeah, you're bullshit. You're bullshit.
And there's no way Nintendo
drops.
Switch plans, so these third-party companies have to change their video presentations that were probably already fucking done, right? So they can remove their anybody that thinks there's gonna be this a bunch of exclusive games. To me, that's just crazy anyway. But then you think Nintendo would just we're not gonna show it now, so you can't show your game. That's no not. They wouldn't do that shit. There's no way unless there was a major manufacturing hiccup. And it was gonna
You're gonna get a Switch Pro games exclusive direct right after.
That's the new thing. Man. They're gonna have a separate presentation showing you off what the games look like on the Pro and the exclusives. I'm like, Jesus. So you guys would just keep pushing this, and there's excuses built in at the very end. They can say, you know what, they just decided to make it the successor. That's what's the end result's gonna be.
Yeah.
That's why I hope they do put out something that's like a revision. So that you can say, this is what you guys said was the Pro. It doesn't have DLSS support. It doesn't have this. It doesn't have that. Then I would hope, at the very least, it maybe would quell some of the... Because it's just, at this point, I ignore it for the most part, but it's gotten just a fever pitch. And something has to happen.
Now.
Either it has to be proven completely false with another 2019 revision where it's just you get better battery life, something like that. That to me, it would anybody who continues to still push Switch Pro and people who still watch it after, again, for the 2 years, well, it was 2 years ago, the Switch Pro turned out to be the revision that just doubled the battery life. If something like that happens again, I just think I would just have to unfollow, unsub anybody who still like actually believed in the Switch Pro or actually argued that it was possible.
They're gonna. At first, I thought they were gonna maybe like retroactively do this, but I actually think like they're gonna start making videos that are gonna make it sound like the Switch Pro is gonna become the new console. Not like
That's
when
what
the
I
new
think.
console, not when the new console release is gonna be like, look, this is what we said the Switch Pro. Now they're gonna work on that, you know, because it's gonna still sell that. It's like the next Nintendo console, like, oh, the Switch Pro became a way bigger project, you know. It's no longer gonna be 4K, it's gonna be 8K, 220 frames per second with all this retroactive bullshit and stuff. Like, it's gonna be the next console now, because that way they can like stretch it out, you know.
I would say Angel Page to respond. There are games, yeah, they can put it on the Switch. It can exist on the Switch in some capacity, but where do you draw the line at? Is it worth it? Like, you know, that's I would say like Days Gone. Yeah, we've had open world games. Breath of the Wild's huge and stuff, but the way that game was built, they'd probably be just, I'm not a game designer, but I'm
programmed from the ground up.
They probably would have to start over and rebuild the game for the Switch. Yeah. Like that at that point.
And it takes a year at least to do that.
I think they'd have to just make it a completely new game from the ground up, built for the Switch. I don't think they could.
I'm just saying on the lowest end, that's what it would take.
Mm-hmm. So
that's why you get a lot of late ports to the Switch.
Yeah, I just don't think like Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, you could make it cel shaded. You could make a game that size, same mechanics, same type of game, and just make it cel shaded and. You know,
it's a completely different game at that point.
Yeah, so you play Breath of the Wild then.
And it's like, Breath of the Wild's there. Like Clocked always says, that's a Wii U game. Yeah, and it's amazing. And like the AI of the enemies, it's not super advanced, but it's ahead of a lot of games that came out last year. You know, like the way the bokoblins and moblins and stuff react is just, it's so well done compared to a lot of these other games. I get that, but at the same time, a game that was built for 8 gigs of RAM and all this, like to actually get it on the Switch is just so much downscale and so much work. Like, yeah, it could be there in some capacity, but what if that capacity is Ark or Outer Worlds, like that's, at that point, it's just not, it's not worth it. And I don't blame developers for not wanting to sacrifice their vision. They're back. What's Muhammad talking about?
There's rumors and shit.
But yeah, so I don't want to say I'm cynical about this, but I would love for Nintendo just to not even make a big deal out of it. Just like here's this new, now you get 6 hours or 8 hours of battery life. Now you have a better clarity screen. Now your Wi-Fi signal's stronger, something like that. More internal, like just a short video demonstrating the revision. And that be it. Like I would actually like a Switch Pro. Like I would be fine with that. But I would like it more if it was just a revision, just because of all the people who have been riding the Switch Pro bullshit for 2 straight years. And Retro and I, we both tested it. We put Switch Pro in our titles. I made a live stream. You did a video and got all kinds of views.
Man, it went crazy.
Pathetic.
If I would have done like a 15-minute video, I'm sure I would have got a lot more than an hour long.
It was a really good video, though. It wasn't like that.
So.
Yeah, I like you said, I just did that to experiment and shit. Like some of my videos, I work on it for like 2 weeks. I pooped this shit out in 30 minutes from beginning to end. It was all blurry, looking ugly, man. I'm just gonna put some Breath of the Wild trailer over this shit, whatever and stuff. Fucking video got like 1,000 views in a day and shit, like 20 new subs and stuff. And I'm sitting here like, man, it's like I don't want to keep doing that shit.
Just keep doing it. See how long until they start dropping off. Now you just gotta throw.
It's only been 2 years.
We're gonna call you.
Terrell froze now. I think everybody froze. Yeah, all you guys were froze. Might be on my end now.
Yeah, everybody looked frozen to me.
Yeah, just for a second, everybody.
Oh, sorry.
You're gonna call him retro metal 64 or something.
Yeah, I was gonna go on Retro Metal 64.
But
that actually sounds pretty close to what a name he would have anyway.
Yeah, it does actually. You just gotta put.
Anyway, man, like.
Just put.
It's just boring. I don't want to keep doing that stuff. Like, I know it works. I've proven I could keep doing it. But I mean, who knows? Maybe in like a month I'll do another Switch Pro video. I don't know.
What you need to do.
Got, like,
when he's hungry for views.
Shit, like,
before E3, you need to put Metroid Prime 4 exclusive info plus Switch Pro update. And see if you get 2,000 views.
Yo, that would be hilarious.
With Metroid Prime 4, I see if you get 2,000 views.
I think that would be awesome.
And all you have to say is that Retro Studios hired some dude for a different project not related to Metroid Prime. And so that means Metroid Prime 4 is pretty much done. And that's all you have to say. And then that's your video.
That's a video. That's, 2,000 views.
10-minute video. Right? I mean, it could be 60,000 views, honestly.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying on the low end and shit.
But, yeah.
I'm curious if you do that.
I think
you're now in the algorithm for Pro, yo. You're in the algorithm for Switch Pro.
Keep dropping Pro videos. I do that shit just to be an ass.
So anyway, we went way past the normal time, but I don't feel as bad with Clocked It not here. I always feel bad keeping them up so late because I can't stay up that damn late. I don't know how he does it, but anyways, good discussion. Lots of people watching. Lots of comments in the live chat. So. We'll be back at some point in the next week to, we'll be a couple of us be watching Microsoft. We might do a recap on Monday or might do one on Tuesday. I don't know. We'll let you know.
Follow us on the social media so that we can keep people up to date.
Yeah, I'll try to think to tweet that out. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the near future. I forget.